Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. How you doing? That's awesome, man. Good shit. It can't give me trouble with to reset it. I mean, it's a simple fix. It's reset it, but there's been a few times when I was like, I didn't do that. I didn't think to do that, and then all of a sudden it's 10 minutes in. I'm like, oh, there's no game capture. But guess what, Skull Kid? Guess what? Guess what I did? I'm about to show you what I did. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you. Why doesn't I thought it turned on immediately? I thought I had it set to turn on immediately, but apparently not. I went to restart my computer yesterday before going to bed to like do an update and restart. But it didn't restart because I had Adobe up still. It's like, oh wait, you have Adobe up. And everything was saved and whatnot. So like when I went to get on just a minute ago, it was I had to restart again. Or I had to actually do the restart so it would do the updates. Do I not have a gold key? I thought I had a gold key. Hold on. Okay. This isn't it. But I did take this spot as my production base so that I could, Bam. I took this spot as my production base to, like, have all the mining happening and... God damn it. Have all the mining and everything happen. One, because I don't have to worry about it being attacked, but two, just because it's a nice, flat, open space. And it can't get attacked. Nothing can attack it. It's great. I still have to, after a while, I'm gonna, because I have this base up here that's just from mining quartz. But I don't know how much quartz I'm gonna need, and after a while, because there's no, as far as I can tell, there's no quartz mine that you can unlock, but after a while I'm going to end up destroying that base just to have a battle base where I can summon like Belle Noire and stuff. That's going to be surrounded by the strongest walls and with the machine gun turrets placed inside everywhere and a Nubai manning them and shit. That way I don't have to worry about accidentally destroying a base again. What level is good to... Have you defeated Belle Noire yet? It says 45. It says 45 is a good level to fight Belle Noire. I'm 42? I'm 41. I tried to take on Anubis the other day, and it did not go in my favor. But okay, hold on. Hold on. I do have this. I need to make a... Hold on real quick. I also need to do something. I need to make a Hell's Fire saddle because I'm tired of carrying around my Vanworm. I need more electric organs. I have a bunch of them. It's just at my other base. You did? How, like, how close did it come, man? Because that was not as hard as I was expecting it to be when I tried to. As a second healing stage where it heals? Ooh, that's no fun. Okay. I spent yesterday grinding this out. But 128 egg incubators. All of them currently incubating a Nubai. So I can take, and I have 3 of these things that can each produce, each breeding ranch can produce 20 eggs before you have to grab them. So I can pretty quickly end up producing 128 eggs to take any pal to max stars. I'm fucking psyched. Why aren't you eating, Ichthadir? There's so much food. This is on you. Oh, because you got your ass stuck. God. It's weird. It's weird how their pathing works sometimes. Because I ended up having to realize... I realized when I only had 2 columns, but no foundation... Some of the pals that are considered larger would be like, I can't get under there, even though they are perfectly sized to, even though they should be fine. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see, with how much gathering it's been doing overnight. How did I not... I guess because no one was online. It probably didn't produce any milk, because that's a max star Muzzarina. They produce pretty fast. Why are you... Yeah, I'm gonna have to move where the... Oh, shit. Hello, dragon. Howdy. I don't know if you're in stream or not, or if that's just from one of my shorts. Move that there. Why aren't you eating? I need to go make medicine now because these guys decided to be sick. Or I can just buy medicine. I have so much gold. But yeah, no, I can just max out anything. All I have to do is set up the breeding stuff. I found out it's really hard to actually, like, there's no way I can have all the there's no way I can have the breeding farm self-contained and have more than like 3 ranches there. I might be able to get 4, but yeah, I don't know what the problem with columns is. Like, why it has a problem with that. But it seems to have a problem with columns, even though I have, like, 2 spaces in between them. Which is enough. There's no pal that physically can't walk there. Except for, like, maybe Bronze Cherry is too tall. Oh, I need to go grab my coins. Son of a bitch. But yeah, I also had that set, so there were, originally, I had all the production stuff underneath 2 columns without any foundation, and all the pals were like, I can't get there, I can't get there. How? How are you struggling with this? Why is this so hard for you? And now it seems that since they teleported there, they don't think they can path there. And I'm not sure why, so I'm going to have to change around where the beds are. The beds don't have to be undercover for any advantage, do they? Like, they're perfectly as effective even if they're not undercover? Where are my coins? Where did I put my coins? Now that I have everything... Because I had to destroy the old base, so I built a whole bunch of containers here to store all the stuff that was in the old base. And I'm slowly dialing it down. I have that. Bam. Bam. Da-da-da-da-da-da-do. Handgun ammo. Don't need the assault rifle ammo yet. I found a trick to get more ancient parts. Yeah, the beds don't matter if they're undercover. Okay, coolsies. I found Sweepa for some reason. The level 11 Sweepa is for some reason the one that drops the most parts the most consistently. Like, I'll frequently get between 6 to 8 parts with Sweepa, and I don't know why. But what's your trick? What's your trick to get more ancient parts? Oh my god. I don't know. I'm like just mentally fogged up today. And I'm not sure why. Which is why I'm not playing Fallout London yet. If I wake up a little bit, or not even wake up, if I energize a little bit, then I'm gonna switch back to Fallout London because I'm really enjoying that. What am I trying to do here? Oh yes, I needed to grab electric organs. Ancient parts is gonna be I mean, hey, if it works. I do love just there's so many. Butchering the boss pals gives the same rewards as defeating them, so you can double down on that. I do love seeing those names or those whatever names and be like, huh, that sounds like a porn name. That sounds like an adult content creator name. Do I not have any more electric organs? I might need to get more electric organs so I can get the Hellsfire saddle. How do I not have more electric organs? What? Also, I just need to get rid of a lot of these. I don't use them. I'm just going to sell all of these. My tactic when fighting pals is to avoid getting hit. So having all the extra resistance and stuff doesn't really do anything useful for me. Oh, why have I not used this yet? I'm stupid. But butchering the boss pals gets the same as that. I have a cleaver. I have a cleaver, and I always capture the boss pals, but I don't really care about them at all. And does that work just for any alpha pal in general? Because I got a bunch of alpha pal like hatch that I've hatched. I don't know why I was struggling so hard with the word hatch there. Okay, you're depressed. You're hungry. Eat something. Also, I fully realize that telling a depressed person that they need to take care of themselves and eat is not always easy. I can't hold that against that Grisbolt, but also, fuck that Grisbolt. He's supposed to be producing electricity for me. But how you doing, Twirly? Bam, sell, do. Boom, boom, fuck. Boom, 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 boom. Another day older, yep, I feel that. I definitely feel that. That big 3-0 is approaching, and I'm not excited about that. And I'm also not excited that I said the big 3-0, because that's some old shit right there. Oh, shit, happy birthday, man. Happy Merry Birthmas. $39. 30 though is like a border for me, and to be quite honest, like I did not expect to make it to 30, which I think is why it feels even weirder. Feels like I fucked up by still being alive. Ugh. Come here, let me cure your depression with drugs. Feed. Bam. I'm gonna have to move the bed somewhere so that they don't get that pathing issue. But also, I guess if I'm moving the beds, I might as well destroy this one. 4, feed. Cure your depression with a little shot. Love. Love you. There's a meteor shower coming, and my girlfriend wants to go to the beach to watch it. For now, I'm just going to move the beds so that there's none underneath this part, because that seems to be where they got stuck. But then I'm going to build a new thing for them. Take that woman to the beach and don't forget a nice bottle of wine. Yeah, definitely going to the beach. And we do have wine, although our local beach apparently has problems with having alcohol on the beach, which is really weird. Because that's, like, especially because I lived in Miami for a while, and alcohol on the beach was the theme of Miami. Like, the theme of Miami is alcohol on the beach. But man, 39, that is a big number. Yeah, I don't know why this one seems to have a problem with it. I'll have to look into it more and see like if it's actually an enforced regulation or not, but when her sister came down, we were looking at grabbing some wine or some alcohol and going to the beach, and I looked it up real quick and it was like, nope, you can't. You're not allowed to. That's so wild. I can see it being an issue of they just blatantly deny it because they don't want the litter. Because drunk people tend to throw their bottles and their cans everywhere, and that's bad. I've stepped on glass at the beach before. It's not great. Just gonna discard that. Wasn't really worth the sell. It's not worth the trip. Why do I have 10 circuit boards? What was I gonna make with 10 circuit? Oh yeah, the electric heater that I ended up not liking because it was too hot. If I go to a beach and there isn't at least 3 rednecks holding a beer can, is it really a beach? You're right. But that's also the difference between different types of beaches. Because I'm from Pennsylvania originally. So for us, a lot of times people would say the beach, they're going to a lake that has some sand on it. So that is definitely that. But like Miami Beach is a whole bunch of 20-year-olds, uh, a bunch of 20-year-olds just being stupid, dressed way too nice to be at the beach, being stupid. I don't think you can because you can't even brown bag a drink in VA, from what I'm aware. That's yeah, it's they have some weird rules about it, and it might be partially because of not wanting the litter, and it might be partially because of what am I trying to say? Partially because what am I trying to say? Partially because of like it's a military town, and military towns oddly have more restrictions sometimes. In case you're in Indiana, it's a river or a lake. Yep. Yep, it's a completely different type of beach experience, and it's very interesting. Run. Do bam, and then hold on, replying to comments real quick. I just got a bunch out of nowhere. Bam, bam. You. I am so close to that 500 subscriber mark. I'm at 488 right now. Okay, cool. Cool. Sorry, give me 1 second. Checking to make sure I'm not missing anything. I try to make sure I reply to comments in a timely manner if I can. Bam. Oh, wait. Oh, God. I missed a whole bunch of. If I go to beach, yep. If I don't think you can, there's a case. Yeah, I never see any lake life bumper stickers. Yeah, that's true. There is always weird rules in towns around bases. Yeah, the guys rolling around here with salt life stickers is amazing. We got a lot of those here, like because again, Virginia Beach, a lot of like salt life bumper stickers and stuff like that. Um, it's I have the this is the weirdest pet peeve for me, and it might just me being an old man type thing, but it's almost like the equivalent to the people that like the weird pet peeve for me that might just be me being a curmudgeonly old man is almost equivalent to the same people that are like you don't wear a band shirt for a band you don't listen to, blah 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 blah, which I get ish, but also it doesn't affect me anyway. But I ride four-wheelers, and I grew up riding four-wheelers, and Fox and Thor are two companies that manufacture four-wheeler gear, like four-wheeler riding gear, like, you know, the armor and the pants and some of the other stuff. And I would see people all the time wearing Fox and Thor shirts, especially Fox shirts. And I'd be like, "Oh, you ride four-wheelers?" "No." "Then why are you wearing that shirt?" "I like the design. I thought it was cool." And for some reason, that used to bother me so much. It doesn't really anymore, but it's like, it's kind of like, because me, I totally get it. The design is cool. You like the design, wear it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in any way. But it's also like you're appropriating this. This is something that I love, and you're a fake. You're a phony. But ultimately, it doesn't affect anyone. It doesn't affect anyone at all. Someone wearing a shirt for a band that you like, or a property that you enjoy, or something like that, that they don't really care about, doesn't affect you in any way. But I also, like, I used to get really upset about that when I was younger. Yeah, that's roundabouts where I am. Okay, hold on. What? That's right. I had the electric organs. I fed my depressed animals. Its eyes are bloodshot. What the fuck does that mean? Hold on. Its eyes are bloodshot. Something is wrong. Victim 2. Hold on. That's something I haven't seen. When their sanity is dropping dangerously low, of how sanity is too. Okay, it's sanity's low. It's just not sleeping enough. Got it. That was. I love and hate the fact. I love and hate the fact that they have the most weird hints to tell you what's going wrong with your pal, so that you can make the adjustment, but it doesn't directly tell you. But it's also like you see. I've never seen that. I've never seen that one. I had no clue what it meant. When I was a teen, it bothered me a bit. Now I just give an eye roll and move on. Yeah, I remember people getting picked on for liking the band Creed. Yeah, I like Nickelback. I liked Nickelback before hating Nickelback became popular. One of the first things I had, my first MP3 player was a little Memorex. Like, it could hold like 80 songs. And I would alternate as my mood changed, because I'd have to remove songs and add new songs when my mood changed, because it could only hold like 80 songs. I would alternate between having like a lot of Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, 3 Days Grace, and like Nickelback and Hoobastank on it. I always liked Nickelback. When I got an iPod, I had like 2 or 3 albums of Nickelback's on the iPod. Always liked Nickelback. And then when hating Nickelback became popular, I would still stand by, I like Nickelback. I recognize they might not be a technically great band, for whatever that means, but they write catchy songs that I like. And people all of a sudden started being like, when I would mention that I like Nickelback, "You only like Nickelback because you're trying to be different, because everyone hates Nickelback and you're just trying to be different." I'm like, are you that insecure? Are you that insecure that you have to assume that someone liking something you don't like is them trying to get attention, when you're just hating on Nickelback because the internet told you to? But yeah, also, it does also come down to like, when you're a teen, you just kind of have that mentality. This was as an adult that I'd get a lot of this hate. But it's for me, it's when I see like a teen or a young adult kind of following those trends, or being like, "Don't wear a band shirt for a band you don't listen to," or getting curmudgeonly about shit like that. I'm like, they're just young. They're just young. I get it. They're young. I was young too. I was stupid and got upset about stuff I shouldn't have gotten upset about. I just saw someone that was like is in their 40s or 50s post something about being so mad at people wearing shirts for bands that they don't listen to. Why? Why is that your biggest priority? You're an adult with bills and life experience. You had to have been through more serious things in your life than to be so upset by someone wearing a shirt for a band that they don't listen to. How does that affect your life? Yeah, if you're being ignorant, And I will say there are situations when trying to represent something that you have no tie to can be bad. Um, so I would say, like everything in life, there is nuance. With everything in life, there is nuance. But if it's just if hey, you see a shirt with a that first Nickelback album is so good though. Yeah, it was crazy the amount of bandwagon happened them. Yeah, to be fair, a lot of their songs suck. It's catchy tunes, so I get why they got so popular. I'll say a lot of their songs, and I'm not a musician, so I can't fully talk about like the technical aspects of music. But I'll say a lot of their songs are similar, or a lot of their songs seem to be just driving to be catchy. But here's the thing: it's music. If I enjoy it, it doesn't matter if it's technically great, if the singer can hit this amazing vocal range, or if they're doing something really cool and really difficult in their guitar. What matters is I enjoy it. What matters is the fact that it is something that I can listen to and have a good time and relax with. That's all I really care about. Um, I wore a. Hold on. Let me before I get completely fucking distracted from what I'm trying to do. Give me a second. Okay, I have an earth, I have a lightning, I have a grass water, I have a dark that can do fire attacks. I need let's get cryolinks in here for ice, because ice is good against what is ice good against? Dragon, I think. Ice is good against dragon. And most people don't care about that. Most people just want to hear a song they know the words to and makes them feel happy. Exactly. Exactly. And why do you gotta hate on someone? You can why do you have to be so vocal about disliking something? It's not something. It's one thing if you get vocal about politics or vocal about uh, uh, something that actually impacts the world, but so vocally going out of your way to so vocally hate something just because it's not your style. Why? Why do you want to be so miserable, and why does your need to be miserable make you need to make everyone else feel stupid for not being miserable? Uh, and just like on the opposite side of that too, or kind of similar to that when it comes to wearing band shirts for bands you don't listen to, like why do you have to gatekeep something so much? Why do you have to gatekeep stuff so much? Like I have two like real stories about that when it comes to music. My favorite band is Nickelback. I or not Nickelback. Shit. My favorite band is Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've loved the Red Hot Chili Peppers since like the first time I heard them. That I remember very specifically the first time I heard a Red Hot Chili Peppers song. It was Around the World. I was playing Diablo 1 on my computer. Diablo 2 had already come out, but I was playing Diablo 1 on my computer and I was listening to music videos. I was watching slash listening to music videos through launch.yahoo.com, and I would just let it kind of randomly pick. You'd pick a song, then it would randomly generate the rest of it, and the song "Around the World" by Red Hot Chili Peppers came on, and that was the first Red Hot Chili Peppers song I ever heard, and I fell in love with the band, and I became so into them. I was later, uh, still in high school or maybe middle school at this point. I'm not sure, but me and my family were like in my parents' car, and my brother was there, and I mentioned that my favorite band is Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like we're just talking. I mentioned my favorite band was Red Hot Chili Peppers, and my brother was like, "Oh, well, if they're your favorite band, name like 10 of their songs." And I named 10 of their songs like that. And he was like, "Oh, those all seem like they're popular songs. Name 10 of their less popular songs." So I named 10 more of their songs, and he just felt this huge need to gatekeep. And now as an adult that doesn't give a fuck what you think generally. Now as an adult, if someone's like, "Name 10 of their songs," no. I don't have to prove anything to you.
Name
Yeah, like Des just said, name 10 of their songs, name 10 women that feel safe with you. Fuck you. Uh, but so I had that, and then I remember I was in theater in high school. I acted in the drama production, which was usually Shakespeare or something of that like, and then I did stage crew for the all school production, which was a musical because I can't sing. And you had to be at the very least, even to be an extra, you had to be able to sing because you had to be in the chorus. Um, And one of the days we're just doing a tech rehearsal for stage crew, I'm wearing an Iron Maiden shirt. The only Iron Maiden song that I really know, like off the top of my head really well, is Run for the Hills. Um, that's the title of the song. I know it's a lyric. Is that the title of the song? Yeah, it's Run for the Hills. That's the only one that I really, really know off the top of my head. I listened to them a bit more back then, but I liked that song a lot. And I generally like that era of music a lot. But with them, that was one song I knew. I walk into the tech booth, which has two adults and one student, two adults that are like in their 50s and one student, and the one of the adults, I can't remember his name, sees me wearing an Iron Maiden shirt and says, "You don't listen to Iron Maiden." I'm like, I mean, I listen to some Iron Maiden. I listen to a little bit of Iron Maiden. He's like, "No, you don't. Name some of their songs. Then name some of their songs." I was like, "Well, I really like Run for the Hills. Name another song." I'm like, "You are in your 50s and you are gatekeeping and being a dick to a 15, 16-year-old because he's wearing a band shirt for a band that he doesn't know that well. What is going wrong in your life that that is such a priority to you?" I cannot understand when it's a young person, when it's a teenager, someone in their early 20s, and they get overly hyped about stuff like that. I get it. You're young. There's not been enough going wrong in your life. You get really passionate about things, and you are currently in the process of building your identity. So the things that you attach to your identity are very important to you. So you don't like when people, you know, appropriate that if they're not as attached to it as you are. I get that. It's something you grow out of or you should grow out of. But if you're a grown ass adult with a mortgage, if you're an adult with a mortgage and life experience and bills and other stuff to worry about, and you care too much about something that small, there's got to be something wrong in your life, and I feel sorry for you. Yeah, an almost 50-year-old man pressing a teenage girl for wearing a Nirvana t-shirt. Who cares? The only time I get like remotely kind of annoyed by that stuff anymore is when when it's someone who makes it a part of their personality despite the fact that they're not attached to it at all. When people make this fake part of their personality, and even that doesn't annoy me. It doesn't annoy me in the way that it affects me. It's just that type of person annoys me. And that type of person is oftentimes someone I don't want to spend a lot of time around because they spend a lot of time not being genuine with themselves and with the world around them. And people who are not genuine, people who are very fake, kind of just like they bother me. It creates this weird, like, I don't want to say uncanny valley, but it almost hits that same uncanny valley feeling of there's just something about that um not being genuine, even if whether it's because you're a liar and a manipulator, or it's because you're just putting on this personality about yourself that's not true or not representative of who you really are. That it just kind of it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like associating with that because it just kind of it puts me on edge. It puts me on guard. Um, but it doesn't affect me. Them saying they like something that they don't really know anything about doesn't have any effect on me. The only time it'll make me mad is when they are the ones trying to gatekeep other people, because gatekeeping is the most toxic thing anyone can do. Not everyone has to be as into something as you are. Let people just enjoy the things they enjoy, whether they enjoy it, to the point where it's their entire personality, or they enjoy it to the point where, like, yeah, I like this music, I like this show, I like this game, I play it occasionally, I listen to it occasionally. It brings me some amount of joy because there's enough negative going on in the world. There's enough negative shit going on in the world for us to be holding back the things that make people happy from them. Reminds me of gatekeepers of cosplayers at conventions. It's absurd. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's and that is a big one too. Like within the geek community, gatekeeping like cosplayers is huge, especially if that cosplayer is remotely traditionally attractive. because there's this mindset in the geek community a lot of times that everyone's like taking their things, taking their culture, and being fake because they, like when me and you were younger, Skull Kid, because we're around the same age. When me and you were younger, being geeky and being into anime wasn't nearly as accepted as it was. So a lot of people took the fact that they were picked on for being geeky and became gatekeepers and became assholes about it and turned their geekiness into so much part of their personality that now anyone else that has it, anyone else that doesn't fit this mold of what they assume a geek should be, is subject to ridicule and shit from them, because of that. To the point where when I joined, I was part of this geeky group that I was part of this group that when I joined it originally. Why isn't it letting me repair my armor? When I joined the group, I had a lot of people that ended up telling me later on that they did not like me when they first met me. And they just assumed I was some jock asshole and was going to be a dick to them. And I asked them why, and what most of it amounted to was because I looked like someone that is relatively fit. I looked like I was, an athlete in high school. I looked like I was, what one of them directly said was, "You look like the type of people that used to bully me in high school." I was like, but and I asked, did I ever do anything? Did I ever say anything to you? Did I ever treat you in a way that made you think I was going to treat you that way? They're like, well, no, it's just this vibe you give off because of the way you look. I was like, so you're judging me and you're being a dick to me because of that and expecting that, because you're expecting me to be hurtful to you, to be mean to you, to be cruel to you. And all you're doing is creating this, self-fulfilling prophecy, this virtuous cycle of, if I had responded to that the way a lot of people would, of this person is being a dick to me, so I'm going to be a dick to them, you would just be, in your mind, you would have just said, yeah, see, he is a dick. See, he is a dick. I was right to be a dick to him. But in reality, I'm just responding to the way you're treating me. I didn't do that because I just kind of was like, why? Why would I waste my energy on them? And eventually I became friends with some of them, and they told me, yeah, well, we just thought you were a jock asshole and were going to be rude to us and mean to us, so we were mean to you first. It's like, what did you hope to accomplish? Best case scenario for you in that mindset is that you're a dick to me and I'm a dick to you, and that proves that you were right to be a dick to me. But the better option is okay, cool. The more correct option in my mind is, okay, you think this type of person is going to be a dick to you because in your experience someone who looks like me used to bully you. The better solution is to not be a dick to me, to be nice to me, and to prove to me in this mindset of, you think, oh, this person's going to be a dick to you, is to show me that I'm wrong for having preconceptions about someone and being a dick to them because you're geeky and I look like an athlete, which is, or that was their words. I was a theater kid in high school. I was a geek. In high school, I wasn't athletic at all. And to this day, I still don't consider myself athletic at all because I have almost no control over my body. I am horrible at sports, and I don't watch sports. I don't care about sports. It's not my bag. But I'm fit, essentially. But back in high school, I definitely wasn't. I didn't start working out really hardcore until I was in the military. I suck at sports. I'm bad at everything. I have almost no control over my body. I was a geek. I was an AP student. I played D&D. I played a lot of video games. I was on the chess club for a little while in high school, yet they wanted to be dickish to me because I looked like someone that might bully them, so they bullied me without any other reason. It especially targets women. It's they aren't allowed to video games and anime. It was a secret code when you could talk geeky nerdy back to the day because of how bad it was. Yeah, and it's And there's a thing with a lot of that like subculture too, especially with the gatekeeping, is they're going to try to gatekeep you, and if you don't respond to it, then in their mind, because my brother's like that. I've already said that my brother's a huge gatekeeper with everything, especially anything geeky. Um, if you don't respond to it and you do what I do, especially unfortunately as a woman, if you do what I do and say I don't have to prove anything to you, in their mind it's just reinforcing that they're right. That yeah, you're not responding to me because my opinion matters so much because I'm so important. In their mind, they're like, I'm so important. Uh, so of course you would want my approval to be a part of this geeky subculture. That you're not responding to me not because I'm being an asshole, but because I'm right. Because you can't respond to me because you don't know. You don't know this thing that I know. So it just further justifies it. And ultimately, like to me at the very least, the best response just comes down to just not valuing their opinion and their approval. But that can be hard, especially if you're trying to get into a new group, you're trying to get into a new community. You want the approval of that community. And more now, it's becoming, at least from what I've seen, it's becoming a little bit less of a problem. This is from my perspective as a man, so I don't know what it might be like on the other side of the house. Um, uh, I'm actually listening as a potential topic for the podcast. So I don't know what it's like on the other side of the house, but it can be hard to get into those communities and be accepted by those communities if you don't fit the mold of what that community expects you to be and look like and act like. And that could be very disheartening, especially because we should be wanting, geeks, we should be psyched that geekiness is being more accepted, that being into anime, being into video games, like all these things are becoming more and more accepted to the point where it's not considered weird and it's not something you're going to get bullied over anymore. But instead, what happens, it's like what I said earlier. What happens when you have that reaction, when you have that gatekeepy reaction, or you have that, well, you're going to be a dick to, well, I assume that you're going to be a dick to me, so I'm going to be a dick to you. All that you accomplish is creating more animosity, because like if I am a burgeoning geek and maybe I was a jock, or maybe I was a popular kid, or maybe I was whatever, but I'm starting to accept this geekiness. I'm starting like, wow, I really like this stuff. I want to engage with this stuff more, and I want to engage with the people that know more about this stuff. And my first reaction from anyone that I'm trying to talk to is to be a huge dick to me. What I'm just going to be like, wow, these people are dicks, and I'm not going to want to be a part of it anymore. And I'm going to do the same thing that you do and see someone that is within that community, within this geeky subculture, and be like, wow, the last few times I interacted with someone in this subculture, they were huge dicks to me. So they're probably going to be dicks to me again. So I'm just going to be an asshole to them. And I actively try to not do that. I actually try to not make those assumptions, but that's human nature to do that. And it's unfortunate because it hurts everything. It hurts the whole thing. Okay, so I got called a gatekeeper one time on a sushi subreddit when someone posted a large sushi roll that had an abysmally small amount of rice on it, so I called it a burrito. Got downvoted to shit, but I don't feel like I was wrong. Yeah. But no, gatekeeping is stupid. That's the moral of this rant. Gatekeeping is stupid and accomplishes nothing. It accomplishes the exact opposite of what you want. If you want your community to be accepted and appreciated, gatekeeping does the exact opposite. Hey, what's up, Jamie? How you doing? I need just a little bit. I need to get my butcher knife back. I think I'm actually discarded it when I was needing space. I need to get my butcher knife back out so I can start butchering these alpha pals to get more ancient stuff. I don't know how calling it a I don't see how that's gatekeeping, to be honest. Saying that type of sushi is a burrito, and sushi burritos are a thing now. I tried them. I don't care for them. I personally enjoy sushi in the small bite sizes. I think that's, for me, that is the adequate amount of like flavor balance. But like I don't see necessarily how that's gatekeeping, but I feel like that is also a thing where it's become kind of a hot button word to call someone a gatekeeper if they disagree with your way of enjoying something. Especially if your way of enjoying something is, or their way of enjoying something is slightly different than the norm, then people want to say, oh, you're just being a gatekeeper, because now that is a word that is used to devalue other people's opinions too. It's, yeah. Vibing and thriving, I made it here. Hey! That's all you can do sometimes. How much... Oh, yeah, he didn't summon, so I didn't get to fight him. Where's the Gumas? It will be... Yeah, I'll go there. I just want enough Ancient Civilization parts to repair my armor right now. That's all I care about. When it comes to food, it's all going in the mouth. I said basically that to someone at one point, because like when I was really hardcore in my bodybuilding era, to the point of like counting everything I ate down to the gram, like every macronutrient, every grain of rice down to the gram, I didn't focus. I was eating so much in any given day, because at some points I was eating 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day. And I was eating so much in any given day, and just like got to the point where I didn't really enjoy food as much, because it was just like, okay, I got to scarf this food down, and then in another hour I have to eat again. So I would cook my food relatively bland a lot of times, just because I was, eating 10 meals a day. I didn't want to take the time to cook it well. I'd cook my food relatively bland, and like use hot sauce or condiments that were low calorie, like mustard, to flavor it up when I felt like it. And I had someone like go on this whole rant, oh my god, you need to enjoy, you just not enjoy food. It's like, no, I enjoy well-made food. It's just, food is fuel. Like, on the day-to-day, if I'm not going out to a restaurant, food is fuel. It's like, oh my god, but you don't enjoy, you're like, well, that's so weird. Why don't you enjoy your food more? Why don't you put more effort into your food? And my response was, listen, it all just turns into shit anyways. And they got upset by that a little bit. Is Gumas going to summon? What's going on here? There you go. Okay, I guess I'm just going to go make that butcher knife and start cutting up some pals. Those Ancient Civilization parts. I don't know why I didn't just do that. I don't know why I was like, okay, I'm going to do that after I get the parts I need to repair this thing, when I could have just done that and saved myself time. That poor planning on my part. Let's go. Bam, 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 bam. Where this is the one. I completely forgot I moved my base. Completely forgot. Okay. Why is it nighttime? I'm gonna put this here. I'm debating going into the files and changing the day-night cycle a little bit. They don't really like. There's not too much to gain from nighttime, but there is stuff to gain from it being daytime. But also, Shockbite, it's hard to edit a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's Shockbite or if it's just Palworld servers don't have as much modularity. Not sure. Man. You were so right, though, Skull Kid. Having this grappling gun is so useful, especially for like when I'm harvesting a lot of resources at the base, because then I can barely walk, but then this guy's in my way, so it's not working. Barely walk, but then just kind of teleport myself over there. When I had to break down that other base and move around everything from my breeding farm, having this grappling hook saved me so much time. Okay, let's see here. I am. What am I still? Cloth. Fuck. A little bit of cloth. I need 150 high-level cloths, high-quality cloth, to make all the fanciest beds I want to make. How much does one cost? 10? I'm gonna need 1,500. That's what. How many high-quality cloth, right? Yeah, I'm gonna need 1,500 wool. Time to start murking some sheep. Wait, can I just repair all now? What am I still missing repair all for? Oh yeah, I still need to get this. Yes, grappling hook for the win. I guess I'm pretty judgy when it comes to food, haha. I mean... yeah. My big thing is, like, you can be a snob about some things as long as you're not a dick to other people about it. As long as you're not actively a dick to other people about it, you can be snobby in the way that you choose to enjoy things. Okay, let's see. There's something I wanted to do. There was something I wanted to do. I needed to see, yeah, because I thought I got more meteor. No, I didn't. That's right, I remember now. I need 6 more meteorite fragments to build the big-ass meteor cannon. Yeah, I need 6 more, and then I'll need to... I don't even know if it's good. I don't even know if it's good. I just kind of want it. I don't know if it's going to be helpful at all. Where do I make the butcher thing? Where's the butcher? There you are. I'm about to just murk a whole bunch of animals for making a mistake of getting caught. Which I guess is just how hunting works. Let me check something real quick. I am. Okay. What is the smartest way to do this? Sort by alpha pals. Bam. And then all the ones that I don't care about, I'm gonna murk. I don't care about you. Hold on, let me favorite this guy real quick. Because then I can sort by favorites later to get them all back. Bam. Are there any Pain Kings that I care about? Ooh, I have a Lucky's Jolt Hog? I didn't know that. Oh, I could use that for breeding. That's gonna be good. Okay. I want to keep the Firepower's drop more items. Capacitor. Damage to lightning attacks. Brave. Attack plus 10%. I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep a lot of the alpha pals. I'm going to keep at least one of them. So keep the one that has the most useful passive. Hey, come here, buddy. Oh. Need to actually equip it. Come here. It's time. Yeah. Didn't really do a whole lot to blur that out. 2. Hi, buddy. This is certainly Hey, what's up, Stack? How you doing? This is certainly a thing that's happening. This would have saved me so much time yesterday. Like, I got on yesterday. I planned to only be on for, like, a little bit just to get the breeding farm updated so that I can have all my nubai done. Since that's, like, at best a 36-hour time frame to hatch. And then I ended on for, like, 8 hours. Trying to get all the Ancient Civilization parts, mostly. Because I do the whole run of the ones that were worth going to, and then have to wait a little bit for them to respawn. And while I was waiting, I would start removing stuff around. What am I doing? Oh, you're starting the new job tomorrow? That's good shit, man. That's awesome. Alpha. I only have one of those. He's got bottomless stomach and diet lover. That's a weird mix. I guess this is the best one to have. So you're going to be the favorited one. I'm going to favorite all the alpha pals that I plan on keeping. This one is just one I fight with, so. Excuse me. Fuck. Come here. It's the one it's the job you were talking about, right? The one is it the same one as the one where you kind of like private contractor security for the apartment complex? Or did am I forgetting something? Oh, which one's this one? All these other pals are just watching me, butcher their friends and don't give a shit. Come on, buddy. There you go. Depressa, I only have one of. You only have one of. Only have one of. Only have one of. I do have 2 of you that are lucky, and I'm super excited about that. I'm going to favorite both of you so I don't accidentally discard you later. One of you. Sirius. Ooh, Sirius is actually one I want to keep. Increasing work speed is great. Get rid of you. Oh, I do have 2 Musanda Luxes. Yeah, that's right. I favorited the one because it had a work slave, which is just useful to have, just for breeding purposes, if nothing else. I spent a lot of time yesterday when I was trying to get that optimal breeding for the Anubises, yesterday and the other day, done, and for the Reptros, because I'm breeding a set of Reptros next. I spent so much time just trying to figure out what the best combination was based off of the passives I had and what would work. And I was like, there was none that I could get. I think the best combination I got is because I have 3 farms set up, since they can only do 20 at a time, 20 eggs at a time. The best combination I set up is one of them had Artisan, and then I have a different combination set up where one of them has Work Slave. But if you could get both of those on there, that would be amazing. Because that's 50% from Artisan, and then 20% from Work Slave. And then if you got Sirius on top of that, that's an extra 20%. That would be the optimal combination. And what I might do, because is if I find a combination of Reptros that have all the different ones I want, I might selectively breed each one of those. I do have a war set. One of them I think is currently... No, that one's not on the farm anymore, I don't think. It might be on the farm. Yeah, at least one of those on the farm. I have one with Hard Skin and Motivational Leader. Which it makes it super tanky. But I don't have one that has a lot of abilities I want. I'll be making about 17 an hour. Hold on. Oh, this is warehouse work at the client site I was doing security at. Got it. I'll be making about 17 an hour for 4 hours of a 12-hour shift, and the last 8 I'll be making 19, and for the last 8 hours of the mandatory 48 work week, I'll be making 28.64. That's awesome, man. Good shit. That's really awesome. Congratulations, man. Happy for you. What does abnormal mean? Nope. Artisan. Okay, I'm favoriting you. Artisan is always one I like to have for breeding purposes. It's so useful. Because I was trying to figure out why this Suit Seer that you gave me, Skull Kid, was cooking at a much faster rate than the Suzaku I was using as an extra, because I had 2 things cooking, but the Suzaku would always go much slower, and it was solely because the Suit Seer has Artisan, and I did not notice that because they're both level 3 kindling. Which did I end up? Hold on, I don't even remember if I ended up condensing anything into that Suit Seer. Because if I did that, if I got to max level, then it would be level 4 kindling on top of all that. Oh, I'm getting so much Ancient Civilization parts from this. I need to cook you still, or butcher you still. Bam. Oh, Artisan is the best. And honestly, right now, most of the ones, I have not bothered trying to breed anything combat effective. I bred everything for production efficiency. Because I keep figuring, like, I'll breed combat effectiveness when I get higher tier pals, and then I'll start breeding for combat effectiveness. Insurance from day 1, 2 weeks vacation, week sick time, 50 pay increase every year, and monthly pay as yearly bonus after yearly pay increase. That's awesome, dude. I'm really happy for you, man. That is amazing. Congratulations. Oh, I got the last one. Okay, I thought I had one more. I counted wrong. Let's see, Chillet. Vanguard is probably the more useful one to have. Because infinite stamina is great, but I don't use it as a mount. So I'm going to favorite you. How many uniposts do I have? Oh, you guys are both shit. I'll just get rid of both of you anyways. I'll get rid of all three. No, I'm going to keep one. I'll keep the basic one. That has nothing. Just in case I need to breed it for something. You're a diet lover, so that's at least useful for production purposes because you'll eat less. Death by Snoo Snoopler. Yeah. Exactly. No, I want to eat you, buddy. I didn't want to pet you. I want to eat you. Sorry about the trick there. That is a big fucking horse, though. Now it's a dead horse. Butcher Lunaris. One, two, three. I have 2 Tombats. One actually has an ability. I'm not even going to bother favoriting that one because that is a useless ability. You know what? I'd rather get rid of the risk of breeding Brittle into it than... So aggressive it goes. Bam. This one's basically a dude, but now he's food. It's a shame they don't let you breed the other trainers that you capture. Because they don't let you even try to pick them up or anything. Because I was going to try to... I was going to try to do an entire base, like a production base, just as a bit that was all manned by humans. But you can't assign them to anything. Okay, see you, Stack. I'm debating whether or not I actually want to set up a channel command for exclamation point lyrics. Some people do, some people don't, because... And I know people... I know one person that has it as a banned term. Yeah, you do whatever you gotta do, man. I know someone has as a banned term, and I kind of get it, because, like, if you have... I've been in some people's streams where they have, like, channel commands that just end up getting spammed like hell. Like, that's gotta be annoying. It's gotta be so annoying. And I guess you could, like, with a lot of the ones that do the channel command stuff, you can... What am I trying to say? You can limit how often it can happen, or how often a single person can use it. So I do set up one, it would be that. I'm also thinking of setting up a buy command, just because I like when people tell me, hey, it's fun watching, but I gotta go, kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff, honestly, I should set up eventually for stream. Dragon, Veil of Darkness. Can get rid of you. Blood of the Dragon is Dragon Tax. Yep. And you are a Dragon type, so I'd rather you have that. So many Bronze Cherries. I spent a lot of time catching those yesterday. Muscle Head. Okay. Muscle Head, you're going to get the favorite. Bam. Yeah, man, Skulkin, if you want to pop into chat, hop into the waiting room if you want to pop into VC. Just let me know when you are, because I don't have Discord actively up right now. That's why I need the 4th and 5th monitor. Bam. I wish they had, like... Well, do they? Do they have a butcher table? I feel like they do. Hold on. Is there a butcher table? Butcher table, POW world. They don't. What's up, man? Or there you go. I was muted. What's up, man? Hello? God damn it. Hold on. I got to reset my Discord output settings again.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Perfect. I think it might have been my side this time.
No, it was mine. It was mine. Every time I restart my computer, and then sometimes just randomly, it'll change the output to default. And despite the fact that my default output is the same thing my headphones come through, Discord thinks it's something else.
Oh.
And I don't know why.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can help you get a decent war sect.
I mean, right now, Warsect is not too much of a priority.
This is true. Are you gonna go with Warsect or Warsect Terra?
I'd probably go
an Earth version.
Yeah, I'd probably go with. Well, Warsect Terra. What's its different? Because Warsect is already Earth and Grass.
I think it just gets rid of the grass, and it becomes like more golden in color.
I mean, that'd be great for fighting fire, because Warsect already has fire resistance, but if you remove the grass typing...
Yeah. I think the ability is the same. I don't think it changes the ability.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I haven't even seen a Warsect Terra yet. You might only be able to get it by breeding, or...
You can only get it by breeding, yeah, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's one of the only by breeding ones.
Okay.
Ugh.
It wouldn't be too hard to get an egg. I'm currently working on making my army to go for raids.
Yeah, after I get this set of Anubis up and I get the Reptaro, max level Reptaro, just because Reptaro's great. I was gonna go Suzaku because I like a lot of my work pals to only have one job, only be able to do one thing, if possible. Because then you don't have to worry about them being distracted, especially like for the ones that you want. Like the breeding farm has to have a level of efficiency to it. So like Suitseer sometimes gets a little annoying because occasionally he'll just reassign himself to the ranch, and like that's not where you're supposed to be, buddy.
Yes, it's frustrating. It's nice when you need the bones and stuff, but otherwise when you don't need it, it gets really annoying. It's just like, stop getting in there, because then the things that are normally supposed to graze will just wander around, not knowing what to do.
Well, no, you can have a pretty high number of, I think 4 or 5 in a ranch. I have 2 ranches set up on my production one just because I reached max capacity on one of them. But it's like, I want the Suitseer for its kindling ability, to be honest. Well, that Suitseer I want for its kindling ability. I have a 2-star Suitseer right here for producing bones.
Have you built the command center?
What's the command
council?
What's that?
Oh, dude, they've updated it. It's so much better now. On your tech center tree,
Okay.
it is...
I wish it was searchable.
Okay, it's the monitoring stand. It's level 15 on your tech tree. They updated it. Now you can give them commands and preferences. So you can tell them not to graze at all.
Oh.
Yeah, they updated it. It's way better than it used to be.
Oh, that's
It's on level
awesome. Yeah.
15.
I'll need to get some more technology points. I might have to end up raiding a few dungeons just to get the manuals because I'm at 0 right now. Yeah, that's actually really cool. That's super useful.
I know. I was like, wow, they actually that was a huge increase.
Yeah. But yeah, that gets frustrating sometimes when they're so I like to have them only have one job. But Suzaku, I didn't have anything I could breed Suzaku with because I only have the one Suzaku and I don't have any other combinations of things I can use to make a Suzaku.
Yeah.
So I just said,
one.
yeah, and they're both 3. They both have 3 kindling. It's just Reptro has 3 kindling and 3 mining. So it's like, you know what? I'll just have Reptro be doing a lot of my kindling stuff anyways, because then I can save on having a miner, a high level miner, and a high level kindler. Both has the same thing. But generally, I like to try to keep them one thing at a time, kind of thing, so they don't distract themselves. But having that monitoring stand, that'll be useful.
Yeah. A lot of worth. It's gotten way better. Before you would just make it so you could overwork your pals.
Yeah.
Now you can actually control where they go, what you want them to do, what their preferences.
Yeah, that's incredibly useful.
All right, come on.
But no, once I get my high level Reptaro to put into my production facility, then I'm going to start probably breeding for combat efficiency. Because right now it's just about a lot of the breeding I've done has been about making the breeding farm more effective by getting a lot of the stuff to make that better.
Yeah, the first level raid isn't too bad. The second one, the Libero one,
Mhm.
I couldn't. The first time I did it, I got absolutely bodied. The second time I did it, I got it to like it was like at 80,000. It was a pretty low HP,
Mhm.
and it healed up to 150,000. And I think it even changed types from what I'm aware of.
Ooh,
So it went
that's
from being dark to think ice. So
yeah, that's
it
a
went
pain
from
in the
being
ass.
weak to dragon to good against dragon. And I was like, well, crap, I only had like a minute left anyways, but now I
Yeah.
know I have the information.
If it weren't timed, I could have possibly have done it. The Bella Noir the first time I tried it, but the timing, I was definitely like, yeah, no, there's no way I'm gonna be able to kill it in this amount of time. I was like, I can juke it, and I have enough pals that I can do the pal cycling to really like push it, but with that 10-minute time limit, I was like, nope, I can't do enough damage. I do not have the damage output to kill this thing in 10 minutes.
It's tough. The last tower boss, the Sakura Tower one,
Mhm.
is really tough too.
See, I want to put this there, put that there, put that there. I have plenty of refined ingot. How much gunpowder do I have between that and that? I'm not sure. I can't wait to get the sulfur mine because that is my biggest annoyance right now is getting enough sulfur.
Wait, I gotta check Isaac's base. I think I got one of his pals killed.
Did you? I don't think he's been on in a while, man. I don't think he's played Power World in a while.
I think he's only played the first day we got on. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna test something.
Yeah.
And so I got myself like a crazy wanted level, and I teleported and traveled to his base and just like laid down on the ground, and his pals aggroed against all the security guards. I was surprised though. Apparently they get like a protection shield because like the security guards were doing very little damage to them, but they kept running around. And one of the things that Isaac has on his base is like open campfire, like right in the middle. So they kept catching themselves on fire.
Yeah, that might be a bit bad for him.
I think only the Efkadir passed out. Everything else, I was like, I'm not gonna wait any longer. It took so long.
Yeah, that was the way the last time I played through, like back in January, I think it was. I tried to catch a Mammorest by getting a super high wanted level, and dragging some things over to it, and it eventually got it down to low enough health. But then, like the highest tier spear I had couldn't even try to catch it. I was like, oh, well, this was a lot of wasted effort
That's a genius idea, though.
for
Use
some
the
of the
security guards. Yeah. That's
I
a really good
wonder.
idea.
Huh? That just gave me an idea. Get make your a base on one of those islands, and then summon a Bella Noir there, or summon a raid boss there, and get yourself a wanted level. That might
I
be.
think they don't do enough damage. I don't think they're even close. Maybe the first level Bella Noir.
It might be enough, like distraction at the very least, though, to make your to what am I trying to say? To like take some of the brunt away from your pals.
Yeah. Now that's a good question though. Which one would they target? Would your pals switch to the
That's true, because now your pals would also be that it might be entirely counterproductive. You're right.
Yeah, I
Didn't
don't
think about
know.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting concept though. I actually had an idea of trying to summon a Bella Noir over lava
Hmm.
and just see if it would roast it to death.
I mean, it might work. That might be
Yeah,
that
right.
might be a valuable strategy, or it might just be. But then also, if it dies in the lava, does the stuff it dropped get destroyed?
You can walk on lava, you just burn.
Hmm.
But the thing is, I think Bella Noir floats.
Yeah, Bel
And I-
Noir does float, but I don't know if that float makes it not take that damage. Because is that floating a visual effect, or is that floating like it is actually considered to be above ground level?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I know that when I'm on my bird and I'm over lava, even if I go all the way to the lowest point, I'm like on top of the lava, I don't catch fire if I'm on my bird.
Okay.
So,
But that also
I've
depends on, is
seen
it
that.
considering, is Bel Noir flying, and does it or is it floating, and does it consider floating different? Because it could just be a visual thing, whereas when you are flying, it is effectively a different state of moving.
Yeah, I haven't even tried the Blasmut Ryu one. It's Dragon Fire, and if it's a 2-stage boss, I wonder what it turns into.
Hmm. Yeah, there's part of me that's like, okay, Google this stuff and figuring out. And there's a part of me like, no, part of the fun is getting fucked up and having to be like, okay, how do I do this?
Yeah. I agree. Part of the fun is discovering it.
The only ones that I Google is like Google the level of the raid boss of the bosses, the tower bosses, because it's just like I don't want to go in there and it be like 50 when I'm 30 kind of thing.
Oh man, I went into the last one recently and I got bodied. I was like, "Holy crap!" I thought I was way stronger than this to take this on, and I was very overwhelmed. I was surprised.
Yeah, what level are you at now?
I'm max level. I'm 55.
So,
But I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, I'm high level. I've got pretty decent pals." I was like, "I should be able to walk in there
Nope.
and do pretty good." Nah, she bought it because her pal targets you a lot.
I hate
And
that.
so it was like, holy crap, I have max HP, I have pretty good armor. I was like, and I'm still getting roasted because it's a 10-minute fight.
Yeah, I hate that with some of the alpha pals and some of the other things I fought, whereas especially before I really upgraded my gear much. Because it's like I'll just let my pals do everything. That I wouldn't land a single hit on the thing, but then it would just randomly be like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck you up real quick. Like, no,
Yeah,
my pal's the threat here. I'm not a threat.
Yeah, I guess I was out damaging my pals, so maybe I pulled aggro. But even then, my pals were getting like liquefied.
I feel like it just kind of it has like a random chance to switch targets kind of thing.
Yeah. I just think that damage output of that final tower is absurd. Yeah, I think it's a higher damage output than the raid boss, I think.
Yeah, that's some of the hard stuff is for me right now is I can get a lot of juke, so for the most part, and crash, great.
Oh yeah, that's what happened to me.
I could get a lot of jukes and avoid getting hit, but it's getting that damage output to be able to kill them within the time. Because I do a lot of when I'm fighting the bosses, I do a lot of like microing with switching out PAL when it's at low health. Switch out this one. Okay, this one's tanky, but it's not gonna do a lot of damage, but it will survive long enough for me to be able to get these other ones healed up. Because the fact that they heal mid combat, like if they're not out, if they're like in your pocket and they start healing, that is so useful.
It is. And now you can get potions, but you can't like there's no quick ability to use them. You have to open up your inventory and like chug them.
Yeah, that gets me killed more often than not.
Yeah, I agree.
Every time I've tried to use one of those things to heal my POW in mid fight, I just get targeted down and fucked up real quick.
Yeah, I wish because you can put it in the food slot, but like it doesn't automatically consume. It'd be nice if it's like, oh, you're low on HP, automatically consume like they do a stim pack in Fallout.
Yeah. Or even just have it hotkeyed. Like if there's a hotkey where you can press a button, then like real quick, okay, which POW do you want to use this on?
I could definitely see that being something they add in.
Yeah. Because is this still technically alpha?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's still early access. But the fact that Sony picked it up, this game's going to be massive. I've already had the biggest launch on Steam, so when it goes full launch, holy crap.
Yeah, and it's like, I had a few people that comment on some of my videos. People are still playing Power World. I was like, yeah, they just did a massive release, dude. Like, you can't see a game in alpha that is clearly getting backing, play it when it's an alpha, and be like, okay, I'm done. I've done everything, because it's going to change a lot.
Yeah, actually, they just did a promotion at a convention, the Billy convention, and they showed that they had an AWP. How do you pronounce that? An op. So they're going to be a sniper rifle added to the game, 100% probably.
Well, that's pretty cool.
We were talking about that last time. Like, why can't you just put a scope on
want
something?
a fucking
there
scope,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, so they showed like a full-scale like op that you could like walk around in the convention.
Yeah, I think definitely like the way to go for them is have like, yeah, okay, this main island is kind of the story island, even though the story is kind of meh. There's not really a lot because it's a survival crafting game. Why would there be too much of a story? But then go the way like Ark went, where they have the updates are releasing new islands, new things. That yeah, there's new creatures and stuff, but also new islands, new environments, and new challenges with those islands and stuff. Because I think that will be a way like to keep people entertained and keep people coming back. Because okay, you beat through this whole thing, but then you can start on here, and then getting like larger servers like Ark has, and kind of building a mode that's based more around multiplayer. Because this has multiplayer, but the multiplayer is really... There's been no part of this being multiplayer that, other than us occasionally helping each other, that the multiplayer has affected the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, there is the arena, but you're right. It's not like PvP. It's not like Rust or anything that it's in the same category. Yeah,
so start building other islands and server sizes that are designed for that as well. Yeah. Okay. I got all this. I'm going to go check to see how much breeding time is left on those guys. Because I think it should be... It's that nighttime that really fucks with the math, because when it's nighttime, they're not using the heaters, so it stops being efficient.
Oh, you got to get a nocturnal one then, dude.
I do have... My suit seer is nocturnal, but he also does a lot of the kindling too, and I'm constantly producing cake.
I'm glad to see my suit steers helping you out so much.
He handles a lot of that.
That was the first thing I bred when we started.
Yeah, no, he's so useful.
Yeah, that's the only thing I really use for this game more than anything. It's just the breeding calculator.
Yeah, I've used that breeding calculator all the time. But that he would have been a lot more useful. Well, he's useful like mid game and on. That Vixie would have been, because I spent a lot of time getting that Vixie to max stars. Would have been a lot more useful. What is your problem, my guy? What is your problem, cow? Do I have the right cow out?
Isn't Vixie's max dig up hyperspheres, which is red spheres?
I have not gotten a single hypersphere. I have max, and I have not gotten a single hypersphere. But I've heard people say, yes, you can get hyperspheres from it. I just haven't, I guess.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah, a little upsetting. Kind of enraging. I think I'm gonna sue, but you know, what was that giggle, man? What was that giggle?
Well, you said you were gonna sue. I'm like, what are you gonna? What are they gonna? What's the grounds of the suing gonna be? I
I'm
wasted
angry.
64 eggs.
I'm angry and personally offended. I'm a millennial and I didn't get my way. That's
Oh
that's the
God.
grounds for my
No,
lawsuit.
no, no, no. I will stop you as co-millennial to stop giving us bad names. I hate all the memes. There's like I saw one recently of the guy from the Olympics when they did the pistol shooting,
Yeah,
and they said that he was Gen X, and the millennial was the girl from China with like all the scope, the lenses, wearing all black, doesn't give a shit, like
yeah,
smokes a cigarette after they do the shot and place first.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh God,
I was like,
kind of accurate
if I
though.
get murked by this guy in war, just piss on my grave. I was like, dude, that if they're the best shot, if that stance makes them the best shot, then they're doing something right.
Yeah, literally, the dude didn't have any of the special equipment, nothing. Just showed up and was like, "All right, I got this." Like,
Yep.
what more do you need?
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna start condensing some of these into small. Why do I have why are all my schematics here? This is not my production facility. That multi-shirt is so convenient because I never have to worry
Oh,
about
it's
switching
so
out
nice.
armors. I
It's
wear my
so nice.
basic armor with the multi-climate shirt, and it's perfectly fine.
You know what? I think I have something I could. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to give you stuff because I don't want to ruin the experience for you.
No, no, I'm
But there
like,
is
don't.
one
Let me
item
figure
that
it
is
out myself.
okay.
What's the item?
Well, have you checked out? It is called ability glasses.
Yes, I haven't bought them. I haven't made them yet, but I've
Well,
seen
they
them.
take 5 ancient cores. That's probably why.
I didn't even know they took that. I just saw it. I was like, I don't know if I want this. I guess it's
Yeah.
useful if you're trying to get a PAL for breeding, but very specifically to not waste your time. But so far, my plan on effective breeding PALs has been to just capture a fuck ton of them and see what comes out.
Yeah, I would just focus on abilities at first, because what the ability, what the that item does is it shows their IVs, which is like their internal
Oh, they
values.
have IVs?
Yeah, there's IVs in this, so
I
those
didn't know that.
glasses show you the IVs on every pal
Oh,
you
I thought
see.
it just showed you the passive abilities.
So I'm actually right by your base. I was in the neighborhood actually. I was checking out the beacon, but someone hunted it, so I'm assuming that's you.
I didn't hunt anything.
Oh, the beacon wasn't at the boss spot.
The beacon
So I
hasn't
can
been
actually
respawning for me a lot either.
really.
I don't know why.
Huh. Okay, your war sect, like I'm looking at your people right now. So you have war sect with Mamma Rest.
Hmm.
Your war sect has 98 health, 97 attack, 76 defense.
Is it
And
out of 100?
it's out of 100. So that war sect's really good.
Okay.
I can see your beacon. Your beacon over here, the looks like it's a boss one with the Moss Sandra.
Hmm.
Sandra
Hmm.
is 97, 86, 86. So that one's pretty good too. But everything else is kind of like meh.
Yeah, I
Right?
did not know IVs were a thing. I thought it was just passive
Mhm.
abilities.
Like Grisbolt's not bad, but his defense is 17. He's 88, 83. So yeah, there's like a whole section of the pals you don't even see until you get those glasses on.
Where is that oil rig for me to start getting the ancient cores?
Oh, dude, oil rig is a bitch. I could show you.
What level is it?
It's probably I would say 50.
Oh, yeah, so not anywhere near where I'm at.
Like there's guys. It's just a horde of syndicate members, and they
Mhm.
have like rocket launchers, grenade launchers. There's like those crusher guys you love so much.
Mhm.
They're like there, but each person almost on the base, other than like the regular syndicate members, will summon a pal, and they
Oh.
have like anti-air turrets and everything. So you have to swim over there. Usually have to swim over there. Sorry, I thought I heard a shiny for a second.
No, the sound of chilling
Um,
sounds like shiny and it
if you
annoys
fly
me.
over there, you'll get shot down immediately.
Mm.
So I'll show you where it is though. Um, do you see where the Grintail is, the boss one on the right side of the map,
Yeah.
or like where the Catrus is?
I see the Grinto and the Catrus, yeah.
So tell me when you're looking at the map, and then
I'm
I'll
looking at
point
the
it
map.
out. So it's on the right side of the map. the lower right, like mid right island, there's a Tail and there's a Catras boss, right?
Yeah.
So if you go directly to the right, if you go directly to the right of the Catras, there should be another waypoint way out that way, right?
Gotcha.
It should be south of the Marsh Island Church Ruins waypoint.
Okay.
There's one to the bottom right of that island.
Gotcha.
Right
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I can search around there.
If you scroll in, you can zoom in more.
Yeah.
So yeah, zoom in right about there, right where your cursor is. There's another fast travel point right there. And if you go directly like southeast from that,
Okay.
and you can actually see from the coast, that coastline, you could see the oil rig out in the distance.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you know that's where it's at.
Easy peasy. I mean, I can't fight it right now, but yeah.
Spot don't spawn very frequently, but the chests are huge, they're like massive.
Yeah.
And you can get some really good stuff from them. You can get ancient cores from them too.
Yeah, no, the ancient cores is the main thing I really need from that, I think, right now.
Are you talking? Because you might be muted.
Am I? Whoopsie daisy, I accidentally hit my mute button.
I was like, man, I'm really talking a lot and not getting a lot of feedback.
I was responding the whole time.
Oh my.
Hold on, I'm going to turn off streamer mode. That way I will hear myself when I accidentally mute myself.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Because if streamer mode automatically turns on Discord if you start up Streamlabs, but it stops you from hearing anything, any of the Discord noises. Hold on, bam, take all that, move some stuff over there so I can function down. My breeding farm should only need 1 or 2 Connex boxes, or it'll need 3 Connex boxes, really, just for the purpose of holding on to eggs when I'm in between rounds of breeding. But also, since I have a good set of refined ingot production now, I can actually make the smaller boxes. I don't need the Connex boxes. I didn't waste any ingot on that before because I didn't have a coal mine, so getting coal to do that was frustrating. Okay, bam.
Yeah, I've built my base in that spot before. It's really nice.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything that, like, to gain from production, but if you already have coal mine and ore mine and all that, then it's perfectly fine. Hey, what's up, Tommy? How you doing?
I think the nice part about that spot is all the towers help you line up everything, as well as the treasure chest respawn.
If you're super OCD like me, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Hold on.
So, dude, it's almost your birthday. You got any big plans?
No, I don't really celebrate my birthday.
What? You like been doing a countdown like every stream? What do you mean you don't celebrate?
I don't actually celebrate it. I've just been doing the countdown because of the bit of I'm turning 30. And I'm not psyched about that, but I don't really like actively celebrate my birthday in any meaningful way.
All the work up and all the hype, and then
yeah.
You go celebrate?
No, like I thought about maybe doing something like just stream wise and being like, yeah, I'll do a big ass community day, but like I didn't really feel like organizing it, so. So I was like,
that would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like your birthday, you kind of also want to just vibe and chill.
No, probably I might stream. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because that's what I did last year. But last year, I was doing community days every Sunday, and my birthday fell on a Sunday, so I was like, yeah, of course I'll do a community day for it.
Nice. I do remember last time I was in Norfolk, I went to a pretty awesome ramen shop there.
Which one?
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was pretty nice. I mean, they had a lot of like anime posters and things in the inside. It was kind of like very con vibes.
Yeah.
But like, they had great food. I gave them really good reviews.
There's a few good places. Yama-Chen, which is a semi-chain sushi place around here, they have really good ramen, but in a weird way. If that makes sense, because like their ramen is.
Is it like fusion? It's not like the traditional.
No. It's traditional. But like I've got so used to like Domoishi style ramen, which is like fast food ramen. that when I had Yamachen's ramen, it was very like it was very artful, but that meant like none of the flavors were really strong. And I was used to like Tomoishi's ramen has a lot of strong flavors associated with everything. Like very obvious, very standout flavors. And Yamachin didn't have that, but I was like, I could really, really enjoy this just as a good meal for what it was, but I was expecting something entirely different. I was expecting a very like, you know, a punch you in the face with flavor meal, not a nice, delicate bit of enjoyment. But it is actually really good.
Here, I could pull it up real quick to find out what the name was.
Yeah. Okay, let's go get this meteor. I want to get a fucking Xenoguard already. I had my one chance at a Xenoguard before, and I was getting it pretty low, but then it just took a random shot at me and murked me.
Oh damn!
And I was like, well, fuck.
I think the meteor, like what spawns with it, depends on where it drops.
The Xenoguard that I got, it was when the meteor spawned in the desert.
That's where I got mine too. Is on my desert, that oil base you saw.
Yeah.
I was vibing there, and a meteor dropped. That's where Xenoguard's been dropping over in that desert square. But if I'm over by the Sakura place, I get that one with the moon, Setsuna or something. Some other one.
Hmm.
You'll have to check it out when you see it.
I'll see, because this is a somewhat high level place, so this might spawn a Xenoguard. But the last time I got something here, it was no. This is a supply drop. This is not a meteor. The last time I was here, it spawned Xenovaders. I do love the supply drops though, just for all the free. Huh. I have more Ultra Spheres than I thought I have, and I wonder if that was from my Vixie.
There you go. Ultra spheres are much better than hyper spheres.
Yeah.
That'd be worth. Yeah, no, that'd be way worth.
Even if it's just occasionally summoning them, that's 100% worth it.
Yeah.
Because the only other time I got any Ultra Spheres was when I went to Mushroom Island and was just trying so hard not to die. But how you doing, Tommy? Finally got the Hellspire saddle, so I was finally able to get rid of my Vanworm. Because Vanworm was great at lower levels. Once it got to this point, it's like this. It's just taking up space, but I need it for flying.
Yeah, I agree. Its ability is pretty decent though, where it gives you crit damage.
Yeah.
I was just thinking there might be a really cool build to do like a Vanguard build or where like it increases player attack and then you run both the guys that you like. What's the little blue dude and little red dude? The little Gobfin.
Yeah.
Because they increase your attack. So you just do like a max, you increase your attack.
All your pals are just there to support you.
Yeah, exactly. You're the one that gets buffed. That would be interesting because then it would turn your rockets into like nukes.
Yeah, that would definitely be an interesting build. It defies a lot of my play style, I guess. Well, not really, because lately I've been doing a lot of, especially because I've been focusing on capturing things. So I've been doing a lot of, if I can, I'm the one that does the killing. That way, it takes it down to 1 health instead of killing it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of have more of a balance where I'm like, I have some stuff, but most of it's for the pals because usually they're the one taking the hit.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah, I tend to use my pals for a lot of the tanking.
So the restaurant I went to, it was called Nori Nori Ramen.
Nori Ramen. No, I don't think I have.
Nori Nori, yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Good. I would definitely recommend. It hit all, like when they do the takoyaki.
I love takoyaki.
Not just like frozen crud, and it's actually fresh, and like it's got the bonita flakes and the it is really good.
I love takoyaki, but I've definitely had some really bad takoyaki.
Yeah, right? Like, you never know until you order it and you're like, "Oh, this place uses this is, like, totally frozen, like, reheated stuff," and then
Yeah, it's like the same
something
stuff you
different.
go to like an Asian American market and buy from there, and it's never you get it fresh. It's really good. You get it from like frozen and heated up. Even if you follow the instructions perfectly, it's not good.
Yeah, it's just I think octopus, and when it's frozen, just becomes more rubbery,
Yeah.
and I think that's just part of the side effect. So you can tell when it's, like, fresh versus frozen,
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, I love takoyaki too. When you get a good one, the hardest part though, when you get them fresh, like at a festival or something, that shit's molten lava
Oh
and
yeah.
would literally scald your mouth if
Oh
you're
yeah.
not careful.
You gotta play it safe.
Yeah.
I really like a big fan of Dongo too, but I usually end up making it.
Oh, you make your own dongo? That's
Hmm.
cool. How do you make it? I've never made dongo before.
Do you mean like what? What do you mean by how do you make it?
Like I've never made it before. If you were
Oh,
to like tell me how to make it,
oh,
what would
it's
you say?
you take a mix of glutinous rice flour and regular rice flour, mix that together, put in some sugar or powdered sugar depending on your flavoring. Like the main recipe I saw said powdered sugar, and that kind of helps it be a little bit fluffier. That's the one I follow for the most part. Powdered sugar, you work in some hot water, slowly work in the hot water, because it's kind of similar to like a lot of stuff. Like when you start adding like cornstarch into something to thicken it up, you don't need as
Yeah.
much as you think you do. You really don't need as much as you think you do, because then if you add too much, it becomes almost as solid. But when you first put it in there, it looks super liquidy. So it's an art kind of learning exactly how much to work it in there. Uh, so you get the mixture of the rice flours, the two different types of rice flours, glutinous and regular rice flour, uh, powdered sugar for sweetness, and then start working in some hot water slowly. And while you're working that in, just mix it with your hands until it gets the right consistency that you want. Roll it into balls, and then either boil or steam it. And then that makes the basic dongo balls. And then I do mitarashi, so it's the with the brown over it, the brown like sauce over it.
Damn, dude.
Boil or steam it to get the dongo balls cooked, and then you make the mitarashi with oh god, mirin, sweet potato starch, soy sauce, and I'm forgetting an ingredient. But then yeah, you put that in there and put like a little bit of sweet potato starch in there, and put it on a low heat and keep stirring it until it starts to thicken. And you have like a moment. You have a very short moment from the point where it gets to the right amount of thickness to the point of being way too thick before you take it off the heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I'd cover it with that, and if I have a torch, I'll torch the dongo a little bit to get that nice little flavor to it, and then yeah, want to do. There's another one. There's another. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the dongo that is green, white, and pink. And I have a lot of the stuff to make that, but I want to try to make a honey glaze for it, like similar to like the mitarashi glaze, but with honey as a base. Because I think that would be really good. But it's been a while since I made dongo because it is. Oh god, it's so messy and it's so time consuming.
It sounds like it. I'm really impressed, dude.
Yeah,
That sounds like a lot of work.
the first time I made it, I got a recipe because I was taking Japanese in college. So I was taking Japanese. I was like, you know what? It's Halloween was coming up, so it was like the weekend before Halloween, uh, or it was the week before Halloween. So it was the last class before Halloween. So I was like, you know what? I'll make some dongo. I'll bring it in for everybody. Like 75% of the class didn't show up because I guess there was some Halloween party going on. So I made the class was like 25 people, and including the teacher. So I made 25 sticks of dongo. So three, I can't remember if I did 3 or 4 balls per stick of dongo with the mitarashi. I spent all night making it,
Wow.
and then almost no one showed up.
Damn, man.
But the teacher said it came out really well.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
At least the teacher appreciated all the effort you put in.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had that happen. I was a part of an artist collaboration group at my college, and we were gonna do like an art show, and everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll be there, we'll be there." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll grab snacks or something." I just went to Publix. I didn't make it myself. Like, God, that would have been so much worse.
Mm.
and no one showed. And I was like, what the? I was so pissed.
Oh yeah, I hate planning anything for other people when I'm gonna have to be preparing or cooking, because you get a lot of people like, yeah, I'll be there, and then day of it's like, yeah, half of them didn't show up, and I spent time and money making enough for everybody. But then the
Yeah.
times when it's like I'm planning on a lot of these people not showing up, that's when everyone shows up. It's like, yeah, I didn't prepare enough because I assumed a lot of you are flaky. I assumed a lot of you wouldn't be there.
Dude, but that sounds really intensive. The fact that you had to go through all that. It's crazy to me because baking is such more of chemistry than it is of
Mhm.
anything else. And you're right, sugar can be cooked in like 1 second or 5 minutes, but as soon as you turn your back, it wants to burn.
Yep,
So you literally don't have time to mess around once you get it on the
yep, you
fire.
got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
But
I started making my own flan, and that's how I learned.
I've never made flan, but I really love flan.
I
Um,
do. It's a bad addiction. I make sure I don't make too much.
I don't think I'm ready to take on that Anubis yet. What
I
is
I
what
just
is
fought
the
it. It may not be there.
oh? Because last time it kicked my ass pretty hard. I might try to grab that Suzaku. I I used to make cheesecake, and yeah, the main reason I haven't made dango in a while is just because it's a huge pain in the ass, and it's like next time I make it, I'm gonna make a bunch of the balls all at once because it's basically the same amount of pain in the ass whether or not you make a bunch of it or very little of it. Which is why like the only time I've made it has been when I'm making it for a lot of people, because it's like it's gonna be relatively the same amount of pain in the ass, but it's not worth it to make myself a few dongo sticks. It's not worth the amount of pain in the ass. Um, but what was I about to say? I was going somewhere with that. Um, but if I make a bunch of it and then just freeze the balls, then at the very least, I can thaw it out and cook it. But I used to make cheesecake somewhat frequently, just as that was what I would bring to places. If I was going to like a cookout or something, I'd bring cheesecake. But it's been a while.
I've never cooked a cheesecake. I've heard that could be a little difficult too, because you can overcook it or it
Yeah,
cracks or whatever.
and there's no baked cheesecake recipes too.
And also, depending on what state you're in, everyone makes cheesecake differently.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is the only one that makes it right.
The only thing I remember from Pennsylvania the most, and I don't know if you probably know what it is butter cake?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was interesting to discover that. And of course it tastes great, but I know it's probably so bad for you.
You ever have shoe fly pie?
No.
It's
No, I haven't. It doesn't sound like something I would is that edible?
It's like a molasses pie.
What?
Yeah, it's a molasses pie, and me now, I can't really stomach it because it's so fucking sweet. Yeah.
I don't think I could either.
It's way too sweet. I did fuck up this was when I was in Miami. I was like, you know what? This was like one of the first times I ever made cheesecake for myself. I was like, I'm gonna try to make cheesecake because it's just I learned to cook by saying I want to try this thing, and then I get a recipe for it and I make it and then I start altering from there. But the first time I make something, usually I'm making it exactly by the recipe, seeing how it comes out, and then adding my own flavor to it. But they called it like Mexican cheesecake or something like that was what the recipe was. And it came with like a cinnamon something, or didn't come with, but you put a cinnamon something glaze on it, like a mixture of cinnamon, brown sugar, and some other shit on it. But I didn't have the appropriate size baking pan for it. But I had bread pans. I didn't factor in, because the recipe said, okay, make this glaze and then spread it evenly over the top of the cake and then cook it. I didn't factor in the fact that I made the appropriate amount of glaze. I made the exact amount of glaze it said to make, and then spread it over the cheesecake in a bread pan. But that meant that this brown sugar glaze was about 2 inches thick. So when it cooked,
Oh no.
it was basically an impenetrable turtle shell for the cheesecake. It's like I couldn't get into it. I literally had to take like a hammer and a screwdriver to crack into it to get to the cheesecake below it, but that also created kind of an insulatory effect, so it didn't cook evenly. So that was
See,
my first major time trying to make cheesecake, and I fucked up.
Oh, okay. I could see, yeah, that definitely. So I wonder if if maybe they forgot to mention what they do with flan, because with flan, to stop the sugar from literally doing that, becoming a hard turtle shell, you have like your cake pan or whatever you're cooking your flan in, right?
Hmm.
They have actually like some places have specialized like pans for it.
Yeah.
But you put it inside another like a baking tray, but you put water in it
Yeah,
in the oven, so the water makes it so the sugar doesn't cook when it's cooking the bake when it's baking.
It is very possible that the recipe told me to do that, and I disregarded it. Because this was kind of my I've always cooked throughout my life, but this was kind of like my first foray into baking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the recipe
feel
did it was supposed to have like a thin layer of crunchy caramelized brown sugar.
Ooh.
It just I think it just wasn't supposed to be 2 inches thick.
That's like the best part, like when you get like a creme brulee or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And server broke.
Oh, okay, I just crashed. Yeah. When you have a good creme brulee, you can tell when you just crack that top.
Yeah. Oh god, I made Ravani one time, which is like a Greek honey cake, Mediterranean honey cake. And that's another one where depending on the part of the Mediterranean you get the recipe from, it's a little bit different each time. But you use almond extract in it. And I love Ravani, it's really good, but use almond extract in it. The first time I made it with the improper amount of egg, so it ended up looking almost more like a cobbler. Because it didn't have the egg to add that thickness to it, I guess. But I was making it. You had to add almond extract into it, so it was like a teaspoon of almond extract or a quarter teaspoon of almond extract or something like that. And my dumbass was like, "Okay, I'm going to pour the almond extract into the teaspoon over the rest of the batter. That way, I don't have to move the teaspoon to the batter and potentially drop it." But I ended up overfilling the teaspoon and just filling this thing with almond extract, which has a cherry flavor to it. So it ended up everyone thought it was like some sort of special cherry cake. It's like, no, it's the primary flavor is supposed to be honey, and I mixed in coconut because I like coconut. It was supposed to be honey and coconut, but I just really fucked up. So it ended up tasting like a weird cherry cake, which wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It came out really well.
That's crazy. I never thought of almond extract having a cherry taste to it.
Yeah, it's
Any
really weird.
extract though is expensive usually. Like vanilla extract is expensive.
But if you get the artificial vanilla extract, which tastes basically the same, it's not expensive. It's just the actual vanilla extract, because you can't really. Apparently, it's really, really hard to farm vanilla beans. So it's almost more like the vanilla bean farmers. They just own a plot of land where vanilla grows naturally, because they struggle to get the exact right conditions. So they just own a plot of land like jungle where vanilla beans grow naturally, and then they go out and harvest them occasionally. Because they just haven't figured out a good way to grow them on an actual farm or anything like that. But artificial vanilla extract tastes almost exactly the same. It's I don't think too many people could really tell the difference, honestly.
Really?
And it's a lot cheaper, yeah.
Well, I'll try it next time I get a chance because I need it I use it at the flan.
Yeah.
So I do a tres leches flan.
I love tres leches so much, man. That was the best thing I discovered in Miami was tres leches.
Yeah, so it was a recipe from my Cuban neighbor up in Hialeah, and she's so nice, one of the nicest people in the world, Medallia. And so I asked her, like, this is one of the best flans I've ever had. Can I please have your recipe? Because I'm like a flan connoisseur. I go around when I go to places, and if they have flan, I'm like, is this good shit? The same thing with Cuban sandwiches.
Oh, I got a good Cuban sandwich, yeah.
Yeah, because you go to some place and you're like, nah, that's not a real Cuban sandwich. And then you go to some place like these people know what a real Cuban sandwich is.
Or croquetas.
Yeah, croquetas or pastelitos.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
you gotta
or just
try it to
a
see the
good
difference.
cafe con leche.
Yeah, well, I don't have caffeine anymore.
Oh yeah, we would
But
because
yeah.
we had a place on base. Base, it was a campus, but we had a place on base that was run by some Cuban guys. Uh, and I would go so often because I wasn't even much of a caffeine person, but I'd go so often I'd go down there and either get a Cuban sandwich or the Cuban bread, and I'd dip it in the
Mm,
cafe con leche. Is that nice? That bread flattened with the butter. And, oh god.
is good. I remember I worked at Animal Services for Miami-Dade,
Yeah.
and I had a coworker, and they literally had like a rig in their locker where they would like make shots and like stir the sugar and everything.
We had someone fuck up. This was really fun. We had a new guy to the command. Uh, some army dude, and the guy sent him like someone mentioned like, hey, you ever have he mentioned being like tired. He's like, you ever have cafecito? He's like, no, I've never had cafecito. He's like, go downstairs, go to the restaurant across the way, get some cafecito for everyone, and he gives them like some money to get cafecito for everyone, because cafecito, it comes in like a shot glass that's meant to be
Mhm.
shared. That is not meant for one person. Um, so he gets like a small thing of cafecito, which I think it was like a small cup of cafecito that's meant to be split amongst people in those little tiny shot glasses, like the little paper shot glasses.
Mhm.
Uh, he sees it. I guess he saw that, thought that the dude was just paying for his coffee to try new coffee, threw the whole thing back because it looks like a single person's drink. Goes upstairs. The guy's like, "Hey, did you get the cafecito?" I was like, "Yeah, it was really good." He's like, "You drink all of it?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, this is gonna be interesting." For like within like an hour or two, he was just like walking around everywhere, just popping his hand everywhere and shaking his feet, and was just not okay. And eventually, his boss was like, "You're not okay right now. Honestly, you need to go home and relax and sit him home."
Just imagine like Fry from Futurama where time stops because
Yeah.
he's drinking so much caffeine.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they make like very small, because it's like an espresso shot's worth of liquid
Yeah.
usually, but it's much stronger than espresso.
It is. It's very strong.
I don't know how they do it, but yeah, this dude was just walking around everywhere. Hey, anyone need anything? Y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all good? Because this was also I can't remember what he was. Almost like his collateral duty was office manager, so he was also responsible for making sure everyone got their notebooks and their pencils and blah blah, anything we needed. Hey, you guys good? You need anything? You need anything to do? You got any work for me? You got any? You okay? You need anything? And I could do anything. And just like everywhere he's going, anytime he's leaning over someone's cubicle, he would be, patting his feet and his desk and shit. And he did not seem okay. So they sent him home.
My dude's tweaking out like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yo, got rocks. You got all your supplies.
I mean, it was. I mean, listen, you don't need cocaine if you got cafecito. You'll be fine.
Yeah, right. I don't think people realize that caffeine is originally like a deterrent that a plant makes to get other bugs addicted to it, so they kill themselves with it. It's supposed to be a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah, it's. But humans just have this amazing ability to see these predatory deterrents that plants make and be like, I bet that's fucking delicious. Because that's what that's what the capsaicin is supposed to be. Capsaicin was evolved so that mammals would not want to eat plants, but birds don't have capsaicin receptors. So birds would eat the plants. They were less likely to digest all the seeds, and they would shit them out across a greater distance. And then humans are just like, I bet that's fucking delicious. It burns, but it tastes so good.
I think it's funny because we've gone full cycle with that. Because now we've gone to the point where like we've made it so hot, it is literally, we cannot eat this. This isn't edible. We'll use it for medicine now. And then there's some people that are like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking try that.
I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna
Carolina Reaper? Yeah, I'll eat that.
We made it so hot that we turned it into a crowd control weapon. We turned it into a non-lethal weapon, and then people are still like, I'll eat it. I'm good. I'll do it.
Yeah. Speaking of, your pepper spray challenge might be on the horizon.
Yeah, I'm almost at the subscriber count right now. It's just the whatchamacallit count. the watch hour count. But you know what I might do is I might because I've been trying to figure out what to do as my 500 subscriber like video. Because I was like, you know what, the watch hours might still be a while away, but I want to do I'll do a 500 subscriber video. I might do like the Pocky one chip challenge or something like that. And I'll release that for like when I hit 500 subscribers. I'll eat that on stream and then try to play a game competitively or something.
Jeez. Yeah, that would be.
Because like pepper spray didn't bother me, but hot enough foods will still hit me, and I think part of it's just the difference between the soft tissue versus the softer mucous membrane in like your mouth or your eyes versus the more solid skin. Because the pepper spray did kind of affect me a little bit when it washed into my eyes. When it got reactivated and washed into my eyes, it hit me a little bit. It just did not have nearly the same effect on me as everyone else. So the Pocky one chip challenge might hurt a bit, but
no, thank you, man. I mean, I guess there's one way to find out quick.
Yeah.
If you want to do like a test run, you could try a little Tabasco and just like get it off your hands and then rub your eyes and see what happens.
I'm going into it blind, because if I go do that as a live stream or if I go do that as a recording, I want to be as equally surprised or relieved as everyone else.
You're a brave soul. I would never do that.
Yeah. But I might, for the 500, when I hit 500 subscribers, I might go ahead and get one of those Pocky one chips, whatever, that's supposed to be so hot, and like start stream by eating that, and then see how long I can last and see if it bothers me too much.
So are you trying to make it to 40, or are you trying to...
No, not really. Like I said earlier, I didn't think I was going to make it to 30, man.
Yeah, I know. So I was thinking maybe you're speed running 40.
Yeah. Hey, Stack, you wanna do the Pocky one chip with me? It'll be the Pocky 2 chip.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. I wouldn't. Like I said, we've literally gone full circle with the peppers.
I did get Stack and Dan to both agree that they will get pepper sprayed at the same time I do, and we'll do a whole LARP course, like a version of the Red Men drill, but with LARP gear. But I'm thinking I might put having them do it behind just like a charity donation wall.
Is that for liability purposes, or...?
No, just because if I can turn it into something that will raise money for charity, then...
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, like, I'm going to do it because that was my bet, and because I'm the one that's achieving the monetization goal. But getting more people do it, let's see if we can raise some money for charity. Raise some money for, like, Wounded Warriors or something like that.
Well, I mean, that's what you're going to be when you're done.
Yeah.
Gonna be on the ground. Somebody send the medic.
Or I'll be fine. Like, I might still be immune to it.
That would be pretty crazy. I don't think people would believe it's a real video. Be like, this is staged. This is bullshit.
I was talking about maybe pre-recording the video that way. The moment I like see that I hit the monetization, the moment like I get the email that's like you hit monetization, I could just hit publish and publish the video.
Okay. Like do it ahead of time. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's like that. Okay, that's the mix of people are not gonna believe it if I am still immune to it. So I might do it as like a live stream, and then publish the video later, or I might just do it twice. I might just get pepper sprayed twice. I might do the pre-recording, and then do it again live, just to prove that I'm still immune. Like, and have it be live. Like, I will go to Walmart live streaming, pick up the pepper spray live streaming, drive to my buddy's house with my girlfriend holding the phone so there's no break in live stream, and then open it on stream and then get sprayed on stream so everyone knows, like, no, this is not faked.
We didn't just fabricate a chip and, you know...
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the pepper spray. The chip... enough YouTubers do the Pocky one chip.
Yeah, it's true. People love watching that crap, though. They love watching people in pain.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone gets a kick out of a good laugh.
Yeah.
If you have to do it tastefully, right?
Yeah. I will do the Pocky one chip challenge and then play a competitive game while retelling the story of being immune to pepper spray as it starts hitting me in the face with the Pocky pain. Because I think the Pocky the one chip challenge will like affect me more than like the pepper spray did, just because about around the time you hit habanero level of spiciness, I start feeling it a little bit when I'm eating it.
Yeah.
Habanero is about the level of spiciness that I will eat for the pleasure of like it's not more painful than it is enjoyable for me. But I still feel it. I do still
Habanero
feel
is
it.
pretty hot. I mean, it's nothing close to a Carolina Reaper, but it's a lot closer than like a regular jalapeno.
Yeah.
Like,
Habanero's a hot one.
Jalapenos are like weak considerably to a habanero, and a habanero is like pretty weak compared to like a Carolina Reaper. That's insane.
But that's the weird thing about jalapenos too, is because I'll eat jalapenos just like casually. Like you put a little bit of cream cheese and bacon on them, they're all so good. Stuffed jalapenos, love them.
Yeah, jalapeno poppers are great.
Yeah. They're great, but then occasionally I will get, like, I'll be cooking, and I cook with jalapenos a lot, and I'll be cooking, and this one of them will just be abnormally hot. There'll be, like, one jalapeno that is uncomfortably hot. And it's weird. All the other ones are fine, and then one's like, this hit different. I have to see about getting that Pocky One Chip to do the 500 subscriber challenge.
So yeah, once you're done with the, well, I was gonna say you were gonna pepper spray. What's next? Mustard gas?
One of the ones that I was talking about doing after a certain monetization or subscriber level, and this one would have to be like significantly higher, just because of the cost investment of doing it, is get simunition conversion kits to convert weapons to simunition, because a simunition conversion kit is just you change out the upper receiver, but you change it out for one that's designed to fire simunitions. And then get me, Stack, Dan, and maybe some of the other military guys we know to do like a paintball course against each other with simunitions instead, with minimal protection.
Well, that'd be interesting. It sounds painful.
Yeah.
That one sounds physically painful.
Yeah.
Now I have an idea though for your chip idea or anything that's like edible.
Yeah.
You guys could play a game of Uno, but instead of drawing 4 or anything, each time you draw, like a +1 is like taking another bite.
Yeah. That me and Stack were making a joke that we wanted to do a stream or a video where we ate and tried different MREs, but the loser of some challenge had to eat the vegetarian omelet MRE because it's fucking awful.
I mean, aren't most MREs pretty freaking awful?
No, some of them are pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Some
I'm
of them,
not
like
very familiar with that.
the chili mac one is pretty good. One of my favorites was the refried bean fajita.
You just like name all of Hamburger Helper's food.
Yeah.
Is Hamburger Helper MREs?
Maybe. That'd be fucking wild. But the refried bean fajita one is pretty good. The spaghetti is pretty good. Almost invariably any veteran you ask will say the chili mac is their favorite. Some of them are pretty okay. And then there's like the vegetarian omelet, which is awful.
I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'll believe you, and I'll wait for the video to confirm. Yes, I just got.
We can
finally
do.
got a good egg. God, it took 4 years.
We can go to Dan's place and play like Munchkins or something, but every time instead of losing points or something like that, or gaining points, every time you lose points, you can choose to eat a chip, a really really hot chip, to not lose life.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, like another good. I remember doing this like at some parties was don't drink and drive Mario Kart. You would be poured a drink, and by the end of the race you had to finish your drink, but you couldn't drive while drinking, so you had to pull over to drink.
That would be an interesting one. There's a lot of fun type of things that we can do, but yeah, the doing the chip or like hot wings or something hot like that as a punishment between like losing would be fun, I think. But yeah, for 500 subscriber, I think I'll do, because it's not much further. There's There's the level 50 Hellsfire? Oh, that's the Black Marketeer's Hellsfire. I'm not going to try to take that from him. I was about to say, I still have a Legendary Sphere. I might try to kidnap a level 50 Hellsfire just so that it levels with me. But also, my Hellsfire is going to end up leveling with me, so... No, I need to start writing down more ideas for stuff.
I'm chock full of ideas, but I won't help you do it.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, hey, fucking send me the ideas, and I'll list them down somewhere.
I mean, I gave you a few: mustard gas,
No,
Mario Kart, Uno.
one mustard gas. No, tear gas. No way in hell. Never again.
What?
Oh,
Never
God,
again. Oh.
Never again. It was so bad. It was a miserable experience.
Yikes.
That's what I'll do. I will do the Pocky One Chip Challenge and then tell my experience with tear gas.
You know what would be interesting? What do they make those new? That's like the riot control where they have like the sandbag gun bullets to like try to knock people out.
Oh, those can legitimately kill you.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah.
Do they really? Do they have that much force?
Uh-huh.
That's
They
terrifying.
are less than lethal, but most like less than lethal things can still potentially kill you if something goes wrong. Like if you get hit in the skull with a pepper gun, it could potentially kill you. Beanbag guns are closer to that lethal than less than lethal range than anything else, because if you get hit like straight in the chest, could crack ribs, could drive a rib into your lungs, could drive a rib into your heart, can potentially disrupt your
right.
your heartbeat
I
rhythm.
want
Yeah,
you to getting banned on TikTok again.
yeah, that one would that one is closer to lethal than non-lethal a lot of times, depending on a lot of factors. But I'm also like, I'm not going to do tasing just because of I have a not properly diagnosed heart issue, and since they can't tell me what is wrong, I don't want, because right now what is wrong is my blood pressure is consistently very, very high, but they haven't figured out any reason for it. So it's like,
stress.
I mean, I tend to be a high stress person, but like it is at times it is consistently like around the 170 over 100 range, which is almost emergency room level.
Yikes.
So until they can tell me like, okay, what is this, and get that under control and be like, yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with your heart. It's just you're fucking stressed all the time. I don't want to do something that's electricity based.
I mean, that makes sense. I would feel the same way.
Yeah.
My known for heart disease and heart issues too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in my family have died from heart issues, so it's like our hearts are kind of fucked. But also, like, as much as as much as I say like we have every disease in the book, my family also doesn't consistently live healthy lifestyles. Like my grandfather literally he died from my grandfather died essentially in a diabetic coma. But we were pretty frequently during our summer breaks would end up going back to visit them, and a lot of times it was because my grandfather was in the hospital after another heart attack or open heart surgery or something like that. So we'd go to visit my grandfather in the hospital, or just to visit my grandparents. And my grandfather at one point, coming out of like being in there for heart surgery or heart attack, I can't remember what it was. It might have been when he got part of his foot amputated because of diabetes. Had us sneak him in McDonald's sausage biscuits. We snuck, because that's how little this man gave a shit about eating healthy, whether it was bad for his health or not. Was while in the hospital for heart disease, my grandfather had us sneak him in McDonald's sausage biscuits. To at one point, like the nurse was like, always riding him about, you need to eat better, blah blah blah, because he was a frequent flyer, so a lot of the staff knew him. And at one point, the nurse is knocking on the door to open the door to come check on him while he's eating a sausage biscuit that my mom snuck in for him, and he takes the sausage biscuit and wraps it up real quick and throws it at her and says, "Hide this," and throws it at my mom. Like,
you know what he was doing.
Yeah, so like saying we have all these health issues, a large part of it is probably lifestyle based. There is some stuff that's definitely has a genetic factor, like prostate cancer runs in my family real bad, and some other issues run in my family real bad. But the stuff that's like the lung cancer. Well, when my grandfather got lung cancer, he had not smoked in 30 years. But when my grandmother got lung cancer, she smoked several packs a day she was 66, and she had been smoking several packs a day since she was 6. So that one's probably not genetic. That one's probably lifestyle based.
Yeah.
And then
Uh,
like mixed level of like it's hard to tell whether or not the heart issues are diet based or lifestyle based, because me and my dad both have high blood pressure, but we're also both very high stress types of people. Like we take life way too seriously.
yeah, I know. I'm just talking to you. My blood pressure's gone up.
um. So yeah, but if I can get a doctor to actually say and rule out issues with my heart, then yeah, I'll do getting tased. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I would. I mean, my dad also hasn't had the best, and a lot of my family they smoke the cigarettes. Dude, cigarettes are just such a travesty. Um, and the worst part is usually the people. It's very rare where I meet people who are really big smokers and that were successful and stopping.
Yeah, it's because I pick it up on and off, but I smoke cigarillos, not cigarettes when I smoke.
You say you smoke Cinderella?
Cigarillos. So mini
Oh,
cigars
and
with
then
a
you
little tip.
what is that like Black and Milds or
Yeah,
something?
Black and Milds. I smoke Black and Mild wine wood tips when I smoke. Um, but for the most part, for the longest time, it was I had never smoked a single thing until I got into A school, and the only reason I even did was I would smoke cigars, and I'd smoke cigars occasionally, mostly just because, especially if you're on duty, there's nothing to do but hang out on the smoke deck and talk to people. And I always felt weird being on the smoke deck and not smoking. So what I would do is I'd get a cigar, and over the course of like 2 or 3 hours, I would slowly smoke the cigar and hang out on the smoke deck and talk to people. Um, and then after a while, like I would get like a pack of Black and Milds, uh, and like maybe over the course of a week or two, I'd end up because a pack of Black and Milds is 5 cigarillos. I'd get a pack of them, and over the course of a week or two, I might smoke the entire pack just because I'd go hang out on the smoke deck and smoke one of those real slow. Because I could make it last like 15 minutes just to give me an excuse to go hang out on the smoke deck for a while. And then at some point, it kind of became a thing where when I'd go through, and this was years and years later, because when I was in the Navy, I was a CFL. You are not allowed to use any tobacco product if you are a CFL. Because CFL is Command Fitness Leader. So part of that means you have to be a shining example of what the military considers healthy, and they don't consider smoking healthy. So you were not allowed to use any tobacco products if you were a CFL. So to avoid losing that, and just because I wasn't really addicted to it at all, I didn't really care. It was mostly just an on board thing. I I didn't smoke the entire time I was in the military, and then I just kind of like, except for like once or twice, aside from like occasionally getting a cigar and going for a drive or hanging out with someone with a cigar at a party or something like that. Um, and then at some point, it was like while I was I don't know if I picked it up before we got married, but it was while I was with my now ex-wife. Um, I just went through this really stressful time, and I got the random urge to get a pack of cigarillos and start smoking. Uh, and then it just became a thing where when I went through like very high stress points in my life, I would start smoking like very little, like maybe a cigarillo a day or two, uh, for like a month, and then after a month, they would just sicken me. Like I'd be disgusted by them, and I'd quit. And then last year, I picked it up real hard for a very long period of time because it's just in this very high tense just period of my life. Uh, and then I stopped, and I continued to smoke at least some level until I got my ulcer recently, and then I stopped because of
Whoa.
that, because that was the most painful experience of my life. Smoking makes ulcers worse. And I was like, yeah, that was the most painful experience of my life. I'm good.
Damn. Well,
But
that's
yeah,
one way to quit. Yeah, that's that was one of the things with my dad was he right now he can't do jack because he's stuck in the hospital.
Hmm.
And mainly a lot of it is complications due to breathing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I forgot where I was going with this. But it, the main issue, um, is more or less, like you said, your body. So when people would come to me like, "Oh, you got to get your dad to stop smoking," right? And I'd be like, "If a heart attack didn't stop him, what makes you think I'm gonna stop him?"
Yeah.
Right? There's a certain point where if you don't care, if you cross that line of I don't care about my health anymore, and I'm
Yeah.
still gonna smoke, then that's your decision. You've made that decision.
And it's almost that it's that risk reward balancing people do, because some people, like, especially when they're really deep into it, they need that, and it's not good. I'm not condoning it at all, but for them, the way their body and their mind processes stress is they kind of need it. And
Yeah.
when you stop for a while, like, you get really irritable. It has a lot of negative mental effects until your body gets used to not having it. And a lot of people just don't want to deal with that because it's like the amount of risk that this is going to cause me does not outweigh the benefit they perceive getting from it. Now, when you stop, like when I stopped, I started feeling I'd feel a lot better. But some people just don't want to go through that process because the stopping part is hard. For me, the quitting part, when I'd go on like the slightly longer bits of it, because usually, like I said, it lasted like up to a month at most. The hardest part about the quitting was a lot of times when I would smoke, I didn't smoke around the house, didn't smoke anywhere outside the house. It would be when I was driving to the gym, I would smoke on my way to the gym. So then it created like this psychological kind of effect where when I would go to the gym, I would feel the need to smoke. So that was always the hardest part to overcome when I would quit. Was because I'm still going to go to the gym, but was the kind of psychological urge to smoke because I'm driving to my gym, because my brain had made this connection.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like a habit more than anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you more or less sounds like you've stopped now.
Yeah. But it was yeah. But then but back to the it's hard to determine whether or not the health issues that run in my family are lifestyle based or genetic, or a combination of the two.
It's just very scary and almost slippery slope because you're predisposed to it at that point. So that if you do smoke or push it hard, that your body is more likely to be addicted to that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I never got really into a lot of things, is because I know that at least to an extent it seems like an addictive personality does run into in my family a good bit, because my dad's two sisters are both hardcore druggies and shit. But even then, it's hard to say, okay, is that because addiction is their personality, or because the drugs they chose were ones they really shouldn't have? Because drugs for anyone have an addictive quality to them.
Right. I mean, even alcohol is notorious.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of alcoholics in my family. Luckily, my immediate family, and I think a large part of it is because my immediate family, my nuclear family, we all saw the effects it had on the extended part of the family. So we're like, nope. But a lot of my extended family suffers from either drug addiction or alcoholism, or some of the ones in the Midwest are, degenerate gamblers kind of thing. So it seems like some level of propensity for addiction runs in my family. I don't know what mind control meds do.
I've never really used them. I think it just forces pals to work if they're like upset.
It seems like the better thing is just to not overexert them.
Yeah, right?
Oh, it just it nullifies their status ailments and refills their sanity back to 100%.
Oh, okay. So it's like better medicine?
I guess it's just a real quick way to get them back to max effectiveness, because for the most part, yeah, if you have them depressed, their sanity's at a really low level, and then when you use the whatchamacallit to cure the depression, their sanity slowly comes back. But I guess if you want it back super quick, then that's useful. But for me, it's like whatever. The day of in-game time it takes for them to get back to healthy isn't going to bother me.
Yeah, no, I've never had to use the mind control meds for
Yeah.
anything serious.
I have no clue what the real utility is of that other than I guess if you're not playing on a server, then being able to get your pals back to peak form immediately is more useful because on the server, I can start eggs that take 36 hours to hatch and then go do something else and they're still going to be spending time. But if you're not playing on a server, if you're playing single player, then the only time that time progresses is when you're on. So I guess having things that cause a little bit more peak efficiency there are useful. Why are none of my pals moving? What the fuck is going on here? And why is it chickpea by the cooking pot?
Are we about to drop?
I think we might be about to drop. It was crashing a lot yesterday, too.
Was? I've actually seen it doing better. There was like a minor patch that came out. I didn't even say what it was for. It might have been a bug fix.
No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but yesterday it was crashing a lot. It was very frustrating. Okay. You know what the stupid thing is? I spent all these cakes and shit getting the Reptros right because I wanted a powerful Reptaro to handle kindling and shit, and I couldn't breed a Suzaku. But I just went and caught like 6 Suzakus. Which, I mean, I guess the Reptaro will still be equally high-level kindling and have the mining ability. So it's still useful to have it, but it's like, if I had just done that yesterday and got the Suzaku, I could have saved myself a lot of figuring out. Now we crashed.
I just crashed.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm probably going to hop off. I promised to play some Civilization 6 with my girlfriend.
Okay.
I'm going to go probably bomb the entire country and take over the world, you know.
All right. You have fun. I'm going to go take a piss. And then I'm going to finish up stuff from here, and then I might go play a little bit more of Fallout London.
Hell yeah, dude. It's been interesting. I can't believe they got rid of the Pip-Boy.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I know it's
like
a different company, but still. No
yeah,
Pip-Boy?
but it's like the Pip-Boy is so trademarked, and the Pip-Boy is a Vault-Tec thing. So it's like Vault-Tec still exists, canonically, like exists across the globe.
Yeah, and when you picked it up, there was literally a Pip-Boy, like 2 Pip-Boys right in front of you. You're like, oh, look at this is the Pip-Boy. And then it's like, no, you're going to get this tablet.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, those are broken. Like, why? Why are they broken? But I also, like, I appreciate that they're trying to
do something new. Yeah, I do, but at the same time, it's kind of like, is this even Fallout anymore? Do we even recognize ourselves, the monsters we've become?
But also, I think one of the big things a lot of Fallout fans have asked for years is the monsters we've become. It took me a second. Is to see the effects of the war outside of the United States. So I get like they're saying, okay, this is a thing. Like Pip-Boys aren't a big thing in other parts.
It is a good point. And also, you know, I guess Vault-Tec primarily was a major American company. We don't know if they have...
Yeah, actually, I just Googled it, and it's like, yeah, Vault-Tec was U.S. only.
So that's interesting. So is there even going to be vaults then in your game? I mean, when you started, weren't you in like... You were in like a facility, but it wasn't a... Was it a vault?
Yeah, it was a facility underneath a subway station.
Yeah, that's right. People were like, "Oh, you're part of the train wreck crew, right?" Or
so
like
I think there are canonically vaults, so to speak. There's fallout shelters in other countries canonically, but I don't think they are vaults in the sense of being made by Vault-Tec. So yeah, no, there's none of those. I guess there might be things approximating vaults, but not vaults in the way that we see them with, you know, the Vault Boy and everything else.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see a video that explained the lore.
Fuck, I might do
one. What's going on in that one? That would be great. I think that would get a lot of traction too, because I mean, I'm sure people are more interested in the lore than anything, because especially because of the new series that came out.
Yeah, I might do a full lore breakdown video at some point.
That would be amazing because
I'll have to do my research, but
it's definitely a chunk of work to do.
yeah, I'll do it a full lore breakdown while playing Fallout London or something like that.
Hell yeah, man! I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I've been watching you bit by bit, but I will say it's a tough watch sometimes, just because it's like feels like sometimes it's like it's a little grueling. The pacing sometimes feels a little grueling.
In what way?
This is a little slow.
Like when I'm telling stories?
No, your stories are fine. It's the game.
Oh yeah.
No, you do a great job filling the dead air sometimes.
Yeah. With the stories, it's I try to put a lot of effort into like making sure there's not a lot of blank spots. But yeah, gameplay videos in general, there can be a lot of dead space, and it's that trying to figure out of how much of that dead space do you want to edit out so that there isn't dead space, but also sometimes it's dead space that is relevant to like the story. What?
You see, you can't do it for inventory out. You can do it only inventory in. Oh, that's obnoxious.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can send everything into your inventory with the button,
but you can't put it out. Yeah.
Reverse. Oh, that's annoying.
I mean, I don't blame them for not putting that in there. As convenient as it would be when you're doing stuff like this, generally that's not a super useful thing to have to do, because most of the time you don't want to empty your entire inventory. But when you're doing like egg farming, yeah, you definitely want to empty your entire inventory sometimes. But okay, these are level 25 eggs, so that's cool.
Well, I'm gonna hop off for now, man. Good luck to you. And if you ever want help getting a sick-ass war sec, give me a heads up. I'll hook you up.
Sounds good. Thank you. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick.
All right. Stay hydrated.
Later,
dude.
Burger. Okay. What? I am very proud of you. You actually told me what you want to eat. Iga. Okay, I'm gonna have to get this Pocky one ship. No, this is the Pocky one ship challenge, not Pocky like the Japanese snack. Pocky like the spelt differently, and it's a very hot chip. Yeah. because while talking with Skull Kid, he brought that up, and I was like, "Oh, I've been looking to do something for my 500 subscriber special as an intermediary between that and fucking getting pepper sprayed." Like, yeah, that's a good little causal thing. Okay, the pepper spray's hot, supposedly. And chips are hot, but spicy food does also affect me more than the pepper spray did. Not seemingly as much as does other people, but still. It'll be a good little thing, so do the Pocky One Chip Challenge and try to play a game. Yep. Okay, how many of the good eggs do I have? I have... Let's do this and... 6, 12, 18, 21... 40... I have 61... About 15%. 78 total. What to make it saved? 26 per. Real question is, which game are you going to play while eating the chip? I don't know. I need to figure that out. Do I want to play something competitive? Do I want to play something funny? Do I want to get like some of the guys together and do like a really funny game while doing it? Could like see about going over to my buddy Dan's house and play like board games while I eat that chip. That would be fun. What are you doing? Or play like Wormtown or Jackbox games or something funny, or try to play something competitive. Who knows? We don't have long to figure that out because I'm going to hit 500 subscribers soon. But also, that wasn't a promise I made anyone, so I can put that off a little bit. But also, it's not too much of a 500 subscriber special if I don't do it until I'm at 550 or at 600. Check something real quick. But if we do it like at Dan's place with some of the other guys, then I could potentially get them to also eat a chip while we play these games. So who knows? We'll have to figure that out. Okay, Suzuki, you got that. Let me start combining some of these down a little bit. Actually, what I'm going to do, I moved all the iron over to the other base, didn't I? That was stupid of me. I'm going to put the 2 Connex boxes for eggs there, because that's right at the entrance where the incubators are anyways. So here's what I'm going to do. Boom. Yeah, that'd be. I'm trying to think, and seriously, Skull Kid, send me more. Either that, or either send them to me privately, or put them in the Petition the King Discord channel. if you have like ideas for challenges and stuff, because I'm constantly trying to think of what would be a fun little thing to do, and I have ideas. I'm gonna text you the idea that someone gave me a while ago, because I keep been saying I'm gonna talk to you about this and see if you're in. I'm gonna text you that right now so you can look at it, but I kind of want to keep it a surprise until we actually have it narrowed down. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of a good way to do that thing. Trying to think of a good way to do that thing, but I think it would be really fun. But it would also have to be one that would have to be planned out far enough ahead of time, because it would be integrating chat in the community. So I'd want to make sure it was at a time when as many of them could be available as possible. The hottest thing I've had before, like spice-wise, I have to Google something real quick, because I need to see if this is technically hotter than the other thing. I will say this one tasted hotter, but I don't know if it was technically a higher skull unit or it was... Okay, so yeah, it would be... This is technically the same level of hotness at the very least, but this definitely tasted hotter. Is I did the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Wings challenge, and that was pretty hot, and that uses Carolina Reaper as one of the components. But it also had a hot sauce or a barbecue sauce made by this Texan Marine I knew that was also apparently made with Carolina Reaper, but it was also a barbecue sauce, so it had some sweetness to it. So essentially, I'd come back from like a training I had to go do at the early part of the day, and this dude had brought ribs for everyone and had his own little custom barbecue sauce. And he hands me a plate of the ribs with the barbecue sauce, like, "Oh, here you go." It's like, "Try the barbecue sauce." I was like, "Okay." And then everyone's watching me, and I don't know why. And I put some of the barbecue sauce on the ribs, and I take a bite. Like, "Oh, this is really good. Thanks." And they're still looking at me like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "It's a little bit hot." And they're like, and to me, it was pretty hot. It wasn't like destroy me hot, but it was pretty freaking hot. But there was no way in hell I was gonna let them see that. There's no way in hell I was gonna let them see that. So I was like, "Yeah, it's a little hot," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And pissed off that I wasn't, suffering too much from it. But sugar kind of counteracts some of the effects of spiciness in food. So I think the fact that it was a barbecue sauce that was, had some sugar in it made that less impactful than the Buffalo Wild Wings challenge. But the Buffalo Wild Wings challenge, that one was painful. I was like, I would have been 18 because I did it in A school. I was in A school, and I didn't turn 19 until my second day at my first command. So I was 18, and that Buffalo Wild Wings challenge hit me it hit me a little bit. That one wasn't fun. I finished it. I got the wings. I got the shirt. I ate the wings. I got the shirt. But it was a little hot. You're very hot. Yeah. Yeah, and legitimately, because I said earlier. Yeah, I figured it'd be a one-time or a one-shot kind of thing, Skull Kid. Not a full campaign. It was. I said earlier that generally the hottest level of typically the hottest level of spiciness, like the hottest pepper that I will eat in a food for the enjoyment of, I enjoy the flavor it brings out, and the flavor of it more than the spiciness bothers me, is habanero. Because a lot of times when you get past habanero, one, a lot of things that are hotter than habanero don't have that much added flavor, and some of them taste bad. Like I've had some hot sauces and some stuff that's made with stuff that's supposed to be hotter than habanero, and it just tastes bad. So it's like the only reason you're eating this is to prove how big you think your dick is, because you're eating something really hot. So habanero is generally like where I say, if it's hotter than habanero, then I'm probably not going to try it, because I'm probably not going to enjoy it as much. But I would eat that Carolina Reaper barbecue sauce again. It was really, really good. Like, say what you want about that dude, but he can fucking cook. Yeah, for sure, man. But no, I figured if I was going to ask someone to help with that, you'd be one of the guys to go to. Because someone suggested it, I was like, it actually seems like a really fun idea. But yeah, it was pretty spicy. But now 500 subs is coming around, so I need to go ahead and get my one chip and figure out what I'm going to play and how I'm going to handle the challenge. There's not too many like competitive PC games that I play, honestly. Like the closest thing to a competitive game that I really play occasionally, I haven't in a while, is like Call of Duty, and I don't play it all that often. It's been a while. And I don't play it competitively. It's just one that has a competitive angle to it. You play Roblox. Yeah, Pocky one chip. I'm trying to think of other challenges. Also, Cureo VZD. Not seen you in chat before. You knew, or am I just dumb, or did you change your name, or am I just forgetting? Because I'm bad at it. I'm much better at remembering. I feel bad because it happens often enough where I'll have someone that comments on my shorts or my videos a lot, and I'll recognize them. I'll recognize them when they're commenting in the shorts on the videos, but then when they come to chat, it's like my brain completely separates the two. It's like, I don't know who that is. Run, when is it coming out? I didn't even I've not been tracking it all that much, honestly, so I didn't even know that it was coming out. But yeah, I mean, Black Ops 1 was one of my favorite Call of Duties. Black Ops 1. The first Black Ops and World War II were probably my two favorites. Hey, what's up, Justa? Were probably like two of my favorites in terms of like the multiplayer experience, for sure. I really liked. Ooh, what was the one that had a really good zombies experience that I liked a lot? I can't. Not Vanguard. I don't think. One of them had really fun zombies that I preferred. And I liked some of the ones like what Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare did. Like they introduced a bunch of cool concepts and stuff, but it just didn't seem to play out as well. But Black Ops and Martin or World War II were like my two favorite ones. Advanced Warfare was cool in the fact because Advanced Warfare was the one that released the like you had the exosuit that could do a bunch of different stuff. I thought that was really cool, and those effects were cool. I just did not enjoy, I guess, the multiplayer experience as much as I did Black Ops and then World War II. Well, okay, cool. Welcome. I'm getting some growth recently, so I'm getting some new people, and I'm super excited about it. I'm really happy to see you here, man. Or woman, or they, or however you identify. Getting bigger and bigger. But yes, since you are new, you might not know. I have a video where I mention it. I have a challenge with my community that when I reach monetization level on YouTube, I'm going to get pepper sprayed. I'm going to go to my buddy's house. I'm going to get pepper sprayed. And then we're going to do something similar to the military Redman drill, but with LARP weapons and LARP gear. Which monetization level is 500 subscribers and 3,000 public watch hours from not short content. Because if the public watch hours counted from short content, I would be well past that. But once I hit there, gonna do get pepper sprayed. You're gonna put it on a hot dog and eat it? Okay. I don't think there's anything toxic in pepper spray, so yeah, go ahead. It'll be a whole day of spray. Stack is gonna put his pepper spray on a hot dog and eat it. But we did decide earlier, I don't know how long you've been watching, we decided earlier that when I hit the 500 subscriber count, I'm going to do the Pocky One-Ship Challenge while trying to play some competitive game or do something, or maybe play a funny game, maybe go over to Dan's house and play card games or something. So I'm going to narrow that down soon because it's just a brand new idea today, thanks to Skull Kid. And if you're interested, I'll send you the link. I'll shoot the link for the Discord into chat because we have a Discord. But the whole purpose of the pepper spray, I don't think I gave that context. The whole purpose of the pepper spray challenge is because of the fact that when I went to security forces training in the Navy, I have that video I posted. But when I went to security forces training in the Navy, I found out that I'm immune to pepper spray, or at least I was 8 years ago. So, a lot of people commented the first time I posted that video, like, well, if you are, then prove it. If you are, then prove it. It's like, fine, I'll set a challenge, and if you guys meet it, I'll get pepper sprayed. I don't give a shit. If it does hurt this time, I'm getting my comeuppance. I was about to check something. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. I'll remember it eventually. Oh, that's right. I need to get iron. That's what I needed to get. I need to get iron to make one more Connex box. The pepper spray is approved by the FDA and is considered a food product. But FDA is food and drug. Okay, I'm gonna. Can you eat pepper spray? Ingesting it will not kill you. Okay. But then the Missouri Poison Center Has, if swallowed, rinse the mouth several times with water or wipe out with a soft, wet cloth. Sipping cold milk or fruit juice can help relieve the pain. If your eyes are exposed, rinse with cool water, cool tap water, and call the Missouri Poison Center right away for further instructions. The further instructions should be report to a police station because you just got pepper sprayed and you were probably doing something bad. But that is the Missouri Poison Control Center's instructions for if you get pepper sprayed in the eyes is to call them for instruction. And I gotta imagine the instructions have to be something along the lines, well, we're gonna send out a patrol car to help you right away. Do you know the person who pepper sprayed you? Because we're gonna need to talk to them too. Yeah, that's fair. Cooking with pepper spray. We'll have an entire we'll have an entire channel that's dedicated to cooking with things that you really shouldn't be cooking with. So the recipe calls for mustard, but what we found was mustard gas. I don't think that one will go well. What was I doing? Iron. God damn it, I keep forgetting. Let me go drop this shit off real quick. Let me drop that off. Ooh, you know what I should make while I'm here? I should make a Dazzy Cloud. Because that shit's so useful. I'll make 2 of them. But no, I'll definitely have to try Black Ops 6. I prefer to play FPS games on my PlayStation, so unless I got like an Elgato and then move my PlayStation in here, I wouldn't really be able to stream it. I mean, I might do that. I might just hook up an Elgato and stream it, but you'll also see a different level of rage when I play Call of Duty sometimes. I never get mad playing Call of Duty or games like that when I lose or whatever. It's always when it's something really, really, really fucking stupid that happens is when I'm like, what the fuck? But if I get beat and it's a fair fight or it's not something ridiculous, then I'm fine. I could do that, I guess, as a thing is stream playing an FPS game while trying to recover from the chip. I love pissing people off with weapon choice in Black Ops because there's not like everyone wants to complain about different weapons just because it's not something that they know how to handle. I tend to a lot of times I'm assault rifle or light machine gun, depending on the game, is the build I go for. But I also love the grenade launchers, depending on the different grenade launchers that they might have. And I love infuriating people with that. My favorite victory screen that I ever got and pissed some people off was, I think it was Black Ops, but it had the thumper, the like single shot grenade launcher. And a lot of times at the start of a round, or just randomly if I'm kind of just bored or looking for an enemy, I'll throw a grenade or I'll just launch into the air with a grenade launcher. Just for funsies, just to see what happens. Sometimes I get a kill, sometimes I accidentally blow myself up. Whatever happens, happens. But my favorite victory screen was in one of them I was just like, okay, it's randomly, the score was getting close, so I just randomly shot the grenade launcher into the air, and where it landed, we needed like 2 or 3 kills, whatever it was, and it landed next to 2 or 3 people, killed them, and got us the victory screen, or got us the victory. So the victory screen was 2 or 3 people grouped up and obliterated, and that's how we won. With the score was really tight, like that. that was great. And then you get people, but it's just a noob tube. I'm like, you get one shot out of it, and you have to hit right. just make sure I don't hit you. How about that? Hold on, let me... Bam. Okay, you are approved in the server, Curio. Go to channel descriptions, and that will get you the rules and different descriptions of the different type of channels, because it's all Medieval Tavern themed names. And then you'll go to react to the roles to get able to see the rest of them. I do sniper sometimes in Black Ops a lot. It depends on the game and depends on the map, because there's some maps that I really like doing sniper with and some that I really don't. But I was big into shoddy snipes when I played Halo a lot. When I played Halo, it was always sniper and shotgun if I could get it. But one of the big things I think that made me switch a lot more to Call of Duty than Halo. You'll get so much rage, yeah. Yeah, I've done... Well, I've said this before. One of the challenges I like to do for myself when I'm playing FPS games a lot, especially like Call of Duty, especially Call of Duty when prestiging meant you reset to 0, was each... Hold on, my mom's calling. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, no. So one of my favorite things to do when I play games like that, especially like back when Call of Duty had the prestige, would reset your level entirely, was I would every new prestige, I would set a new challenge for myself. So this prestige, through this playthrough, I'm only going to use snipers. I'm only going to use light machine guns. I'm only going to use pistols. I'm only going to do melee, kind of things like that. That was always kind of a fun little way to keep it interesting for me. But one of the things I think that got me to really switch from Halo to Call of Duty a lot is that my favorite mode in Halo was SWAT, because that was the one where headshots mattered, and you had yours was infection. That was the one where headshots mattered, and that was the one where less shielding and all that different stuff. And then I kind of just found that I prefer. One of the reasons I never got into Overwatch is I don't like being able to unload an entire clip into someone and they just get the fuck out of the way, recharge their shield, and come back for me, kind of thing. That started getting annoying. I still like Halo. I still do like Halo, but just there are so many FPS games out there that I'm just kind of like, I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick one, and that's going to be the one that I play. So Call of Duty releases so many new titles so frequently that I... Stop getting in the fucking bed. that I don't even play every Call of Duty anymore. I used to. The moment the newest Call of Duty came out, I was like, I switched to that. Now I more so I get like every other one. And FPS games for me are a lot of times, especially when I was in the military, I'd play FPSs a lot more, just because of the fact that it's a game that if you don't have a lot of time, you don't have to dedicate a lot of time. You can pop on, play a few rounds, and then go back to doing whatever you need to do. Whereas a lot of other games I play, like I like a lot of simulation style games and things like Oxygen Not Included or RPGs, stuff like that. And those take so much time. So especially like when I was in the military and I had like maybe an hour or two a day sometimes to relax and play games. I played a lot of FPS games just because it's like I could play this for a little while and then and not, when I put it down, it's not going to be in the middle of something, you know. But it's been a while since I played one. But also part of it's just like I know whenever I get back into them, it's always really, really hard because everyone else is really good. Although I will say when oh god, what was it? What is the name of it? Fuck. Yeah, it was okay. It was Modern Warfare 2 was the one. I am a very mid-level FPS gamer. I always say I don't want to become. I don't want to become so good at a game that I can be competitive, because I feel like if I practice that hard, if I work that hard, and if I took the game that seriously, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. I don't hold it against anyone. That that's how they enjoy the games. It's just not for me. But when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I for some reason I just did so good. Like I went 34-1 one match, and I had just met this new girl that I ended up dating for a very short period of time, like a few days before the first time I played it, and for some reason, like the douchey in me just thought it'd be, because she said she liked games like that too. As like douchey as me is like, so I just went 34-1 in a Modern Warfare 2 match. Does that get me any points? She's like, that's kind of impressive. I don't think it got me any points. But yeah, no, I what do you say, Stack? Same, but since 2015 they've been the same. Yeah, they're a lot alike. So I just kind of honestly the main reason I even buy the newer titles is oftentimes just because after like a title or two has passed, it dies. So like I would still be playing World War II if it still had a large active community. I need to start fucking... Hold on, I need to get the monitoring stand. But it's just because after a while you can't really play it. So you have to get a new updated one if you want to keep playing. Yeah, I need to start farming some tech manuals because I don't have enough to buy anything that I want. Yes. So I'm currently doing playthroughs of Kindergarten 2 and Fallout London. I'm just not playing that today because, like, when I started stream, I was like, that's kind of mentally dead. I'm like, there's no way I could engage with Fallout London right now in an entertaining way. And I want to pay attention because I want to do the lore. And Skull Kid brought up that the fact that the lore's complex, and I know the Fallout lore pretty well, so I might end up doing a video breaking down the Fallout lore and the Fallout London lore while playing it. So I'm going to do playthroughs of those and actually edit those into videos. I only have one kindergarten video up right now, but I have 4 days of it recorded. So I'm going to do playthrough. I'm going to start, like, yeah, the goal right now is I am actually going to start posting Let's Plays and playthroughs of games. As well as the storytelling content. So the short answer is yes. Right now it's Kindergarten 2 and Fallout London that I'm playing. And then I might do a playthrough of, vanilla Fallout 4 at some point. And I still want to do my speedrun challenge of Ready or Not. I want to speedrun every map on Ready or Not. What was my goal? I came here to get 100 iron so I can build one more Connex box, and then I keep getting distracted and forgetting to do that. To just get the iron. Did I get plenty of that, bam. Okay. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 was pretty good. My introduction to Call of Duty actually was Modern Warfare 2. That was the first Call of Duty game before that. Before that, I played a lot of Halo. But my intro to Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 2. One of my family friends, their son brought it over while they were having a dinner or whatever, and we and him played that. I was wondering about that because I wanted to see your Fallout playthrough, but it's not posted. Yeah, I'm going to start trying to get the Fallout playthrough posted soon and have it update as I go kind of thing. The Fallout London playthrough. I will say, the first 2 recordings worth, I wasn't really, at the time when I started playing, I was like, I'm not really going to make a Let's Play of this. So I was more so interacting with stream than I was engaging with the game in a way that's Let's Play. So those first 2 ones might be a little bit more boring. But then I was like, you know what? I might do a Let's Play of this, so I'll actually start engaging and giving the people voices and playing it like a Let's Player would. But yeah, I'm going to start trying to get those ones up soon and get some of the kindergarten videos up soon. Also, the first day I was playing Fallout London, it kept crashing on me. I fixed that. I downloaded the right mod to fix that. But that was a little bit frustrating. And then the other day, I ended up playing it for like 4 or 5 hours straight. But those will start to get up soon. I'll probably play more again, this week. I was going to play it today, and then I was just like, I'm too tired to engage with this. We're going to play it more again this week. I might play it on Tuesday, because Monday is my editing day. So Monday, when I do stream on Mondays, I'm streaming myself editing videos. I mean, fair. If you enjoy it, then yeah. But Monday is my editing day, so when I stream on Mondays, it tends to be me streaming myself editing, and just talking to chat and shit. Tuesday's my birthday, so I might, depending on who's available, because I don't really celebrate my birthday, but I might, if a lot of people are available, do it as a pseudo community day. Or I might just play Fallout London, because I do not celebrate my birthday really, so I'm not going to do anything big, so I'm probably going to stream.
Bitch! Celebrating your birthday!
I will keep the stream short.
What? In the... Cake.
Okay, fair. Fair. She is insistent on me celebrating my birthday. So I might play it on Tuesday, but then, yeah, I'm going to be playing it a lot. So if you catch me on stream, you'll be able to catch me playing it. And then I'll edit it down into more efficient content and post it later. So hopefully I'll be able to start posting some of the Let's Plays of it either this week or next week. But I do definitely want to start doing more game playthroughs and stuff like that, along with the other stuff I stream. I enjoy playing through games with a big, rich story and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. And I'm big into pretty much all the Bethesda titles, but Fallout and Elder Scrolls, into their games and into their lore. Like Oblivion was the game. I think I had Oblivion before I had Fallout 3, but Oblivion was the game that got me into that style of game, because before that, most of the games I would play would be something like Twisted Metal and Call of Duty and stuff like that. But getting me into like long story-driven RPGs, that was 100% Oblivion that did that for me. So one of the next tattoos I want to get actually is I want to get the Vault-Tec logo right here. I'm still trying to decide how I want to do that. Whether or not I want it to be a larger, more in-depth one, or a smaller, just the vault. I'm figuring it out. Also, the big question is, do I want to get it in black and white, or do I want to get it in yellow? Because the Vault-Tec logo is yellow, but how well is that going to show up on my skin? I don't think it will show up too well. So I might end up just getting it in black and white. Will you stop putting a fucking bone there? What the hell? Bone. 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 Do. Nickelodeon. I'm trying to remember what my goal was. I had something I actually wanted to accomplish when I got onto Palworld today, and I don't think I did it. And I don't remember what it is. ADHD is a bitch. Eggs? No, the eggs are all hatching right now. I don't think I can... Actually, I could build another 64 incubators. I could build another 64 incubators. I have the Ancient Civilization parts for it. I think I'm fine on eggs right now, though, love. I think I'm perfectly fine on eggs. These will all be hatched tomorrow, and then I'll have a max level Anubis. Honestly, I'll be 100%. I might end up streaming Fallout London tomorrow too, because I'm really into it right now. I might end up streaming it tomorrow if I can get like the videos for this week edited fast enough. But I'm not gonna degrade the quality of the videos to do that. But one of them should be pretty quick. So one of them should be pretty easy. The next edition of My Worst Boss should be fairly easy to do. That'd be a fire tattoo. I always enjoyed the Borderlands games, but they make amazing games too. I love Skyrim and Fallout 4 and 3 because of the customization. Oh yeah, Fallout 4. Because again, the Fallout and Elder Scrolls series are games I generally prefer playing on console and playing with a controller. And for some reason, my controller isn't working with my PC, so I'm playing Fallout London on PC. But the level of extra detail you can get in your customization when you're using mouse and keyboard for Fallout 4 is amazing. Because rather than having to use the joysticks to try to control it, you can really, really get in there. When I got I got Skyrim, it upset me so much that a national holiday ended up ruining my first real bit of rebellion that I was going to have, because Skyrim came out on 11/11/2011, and I pre-ordered it, and I was gonna sneak out and go to the midnight release of it, and then skip school the next day and pick up one of my friends, and we're gonna play Skyrim all day. And I was gonna lie to my parents and tell them that I went to school and blah blah blah, but just gonna skip school. Well, that was gonna be my first bit of teenage rebellion. Well, our local GameStop that I ordered Skyrim through wasn't doing a midnight release, and the next day was a national holiday, so I didn't have to skip school because I had off school anyways. And my rebellion was ruined. But I did spend the entire day playing Skyrim, and I probably spent the first hour just going through customization. And I wish they would finish Skyblivion already. If you don't know what Skyblivion is this group is trying to rebuild Oblivion in the Skyrim engine to update the graphics. Because I loved Oblivion. I love the Oblivion story. I played it on stream a few times. I love Oblivion, but it is hard going back to play it with just the graphics. Every character looks a little bit like a frog. But I do love it. What am I doing? I'm so distracted right now. Nickelodeon. I don't know why that's the thing that is stuck in my head right now. What was I going to do? There was something I was going to... Tech manuals. But also, I want to fight that fucking Suzaku. Okay. I could probably catch the Yormantide. And the Yormantide opens up a lot of breeding opportunities. I could probably catch it right now. I don't have enough bullets. But the Yormantide's low enough level right now, I could probably get it. And a lot of the breeding combinations I was looking at before were limited by me not having a Yormantide. One of those Anubai that is going to hatch, one of those 128 better have Artisan and Work Slave. Because then that will just power through everything I need to make. I'm out of gunpowder, that's why I haven't made more ammo. And I don't have the sulfur to make more, I don't think. Fuck. Hold on. I don't have the sulfur to make more. Where's sulfur? Where to my sulfur power? Hold on, I couldn't remember what it was. The desert biome. Okay. I thought so, wasn't sure, wasn't going to waste my time if I couldn't. That's why I went to the desert biome earlier. It was for the Suzaku and to get sulfur, and I forgot. Because I got hung up on that Suzaku. Yeah. Nick. Well, way too stuck in my head. Nick, Nickelodeon. There's a mess ton of sulfur by the base. Oh, you're right. You're right. The volcanoes section has so much sulfur. You're so right, King. I picked up too much of your traits, Des. I think we need to break up. Why don't you sad nose me? Knock it the fuck off. Stop. You okay? How'd that work for you, bud? She just snorted and started coughing immediately. Like a goofball. Actually, let me see. Do I have a Mammoth saddle? And if not, can I make one? Because I take that man rest out, that makes mining efficiency so much faster. You have an insatiable urge for glizzies? She does. Always. I don't. Yet. Although I do really like the Wawa hot dogs. Sheetz has the best roller hot dogs of any, like, gas station type place. I love the Sheetz hot dogs. But unfortunately, there's not a Sheetz near me. What was I going to do? Mammoth saddle. I need leather. I need to go kill some stuff. I'm pretty sure I have leather at my other base. And if not, I might have a lot of pals that I can sacrifice for my need for leather. Or not. I mean rush ores, but it won't be. Oh, I can fuck up these dire wolves. That will probably... What's Noble do? Don't care. Don't care about any of those. Don't care about any of those. I am going to keep Work Slave for the purpose of breeding. That was something else later. I'll keep that. Bam. 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 This will be quicker than going to hunt them, for the most part. Where's my butcher axe? Or my butchering knife? What? There you are. Come here, friend. Okay, I only got one leather from that. It will actually be quicker for me to just go on a killing spree. Where are you guys? Okay, you, and what was my other one? You. Yeah, it will be quicker for me to just go somewhere where there's a lot of them and murder them in rapid succession. Which would be right around, I think, here. You could start getting things that have leather. Gotta take the Mercy Ring off. First, though. Bam. Come here. Come here. You motherfucker. Mercy Ring off. Do you drop it? I think you do. Yep. Yep. Gonna avoid you. Don't want that heat. You don't. I think Ixadir does. I've never actually played the Borderlands game, oddly enough, but I've watched people and watched my friends play it. I don't know why I haven't. It's definitely something that I would enjoy. I have no idea why I've never played it. And one of my exes wanted me to cosplay as Krieg at one point. Boom. Do you drop letter, kitty cat? Hmm? Nope. You drop berries for some reason. Then along this pathway. Do 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 do. Is it about to crash again? Nope. Okay, we're good. Sometimes when stuff's not loading in, that means it is about to crash because the server is unstable as shit. Just like you, love. You're right. Yeah. Oh, God. Pigs! Use some more of that, too. I can use some more electric organs. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice, little electric mice. I love that people tried to say... Like, when Power World was coming out, people tried to say that Grisbolt was the Pikachu clone, but that Sparkit is a lot more like Pikachu than Grisbolt. Friend? Oh, wait, you dropped wool. They just killed you for nothing. Wait, why don't I just buy leather here? Yeah, this would be so much quicker. I think all of them are amazing. Besides Borderlands 3, it's mid, but still good. I guess a movie of Borderlands is about to come out soon. A lot of famous actors in it. Can't wait to see it. I will say that Hollywood has been doing better recently about their video game adaptation movies, but I am always hesitant to get excited about them. But I also don't have a huge connection to the Borderlands universe to be upset if it's bad, I guess. Kree cosplay would go hard. Yeah, I don't have too much of a connection to it to really be upset if it's bad from a like adaptation standpoint. But I have a huge connection to the Warcraft series because the Warcraft and Diablo lore is something I'm very deeply invested in, and the Warcraft movie infuriated me. And at some point, I'm going to go through a whole breakdown. I'm going to do a whole video breaking down the Warcraft lore and how much the Warcraft movie fucked everything up. A Mammorest. Okay. Well, with that, I did just realize the time. Normally I go to 8, but I'm ending it a little bit early today, so I'm going to go ahead and get a raid started and end stream here in a second. Bam. Okay, raid is getting started. Bam. 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 And I'm going to end here, but I will at the very least be doing... Really, that's what... I have to go see. I never knew that they came up with that.
Brother man, how's your stream?
Yeah, it was as a standalone, it was a good movie. If you weren't invested in the Warcraft lore at all, it was a good movie. But if you were invested in the Warcraft lore in any way, it would infuriate you. But I'm going to end this here. I will be on tomorrow at the very least for an editing stream, and I might play a little bit of Fallout London. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. And I do genuinely just like interacting with